What's good? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And this is the 5 foot.
Hip hop, man. I said hip hop. That community is just crazy. That the things that we were able to see and experience because of this thing called rap and hip hop.
I mean, you take those lyrics and you pull them away from the music and you put them up on the wall, so someone had to look at them. They would say, "This is genius."
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, mic check. How do I sound now, DJ?
We're good. We're good. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, because I still had it on motherfucking can't remember. What is the stream? It's live. This shouldn't be a surprise. Road to 100 is over.
Damn.
It's final and this the demise. Hey, Quantity, what does it do? He said hold on. I was finna try to freestyle. I don't feel like it. Okay. What's good, y'all? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And we are back. Road to 100 finale. This is our top 25 albums of 2025. And before we get started, DJ, how you doing?
I'm good, boss. Good. Good day, man. Good. Ready for my 4-day weekend, man.
I hear that. I hear you off tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
I ain't jealous of nothing. I ain't jealous of nothing. You ain't got to worry about that.
No, Quantity, this is not pre-recorded, good sir. We are live. We are live.
Hit that like button, please. Share the stream.
Like button. Hit that like button, please. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll rerun through this. My good people said he's relieved to be free to roll to 100. For sure. Seeing you in a new scenery feels weird. But I've done this before.
Yeah.
I've done this before. Let me go get the Ethernet cord. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming. Granted, I've been done with my list for a while. Probably at least 2 months. I've been done with my list. But Skip, like he be having a lot of shit going on. He have a lot of shit going on. So it'd be hard for him to really be able to like do the videos justice in terms of actually putting the time in and getting real listens on albums, instead of just skimming through it. Like we really tried our best to give it our, best foot forward in terms of actually listening to the music, really trying to gravitate to it and connect to, these albums. But shit, this is a lot, man. A lot. We went through shit. Almost 150 albums for 2025, man. Oh, he don't realize his phone ringing. I think it's messing up the stream, man. Hold on. Nah, we're good. We're good. But yeah, man, we went through 150 albums, man. Like that's a lot of music to consume, man. Like once I got to the end of it, I'm just like, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. I don't even know what I want to listen to now because I done listened to so much music. So it just kind of like, I'm kind of glad it's ending. I mean, it was a good process because I learned a lot of new artists. I found a lot of new artists that I'm going to keep up with going forward. Throughout the 3 years that we'd have done Road to 100, like I definitely found artists I probably would have never found if I didn't do Road to 100. So yeah, man, we're finally here. Go and do our top 25. Just go ahead and knock it out. And again, like I said, I've done my top 50. So if y'all want to see my 26 through 50, I'm posting them on IG. I'm posting them on IG. I'm posting them on TikTok. But this one right here is for 1 through 25. So I know Skip ready, and I'm ready. And y'all remember, this is list. This is my list. Y'all, so y'all can say what y'all want in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Good, bad, give suggestions. I don't know. All I know is this is list. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna leave it there. I don't think we're gonna have that much difference in our list, to be honest. I know it will be some differences just because Skip and I have different, tastes at our base level. But I mean, for the most part, it's too many good albums, I feel, for our list to be drastically different, I feel. So it's all just about placement. That's all. It's all about placement. So it is what it is, man. Yeah, I'm ready, Skip.
Okay. I just wanted to plug up the
Oh, your phone went out too. I don't know if somebody was calling you. You might want to check that.
my sister. She always do this.
Every time.
She
Every time.
She like, hey, you live? Let me call. Okay. So are we gonna do the ratings too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. So do your 24, your 25 and 24, and we'll do 2 at a time and work out into the 10.
Okay. All right. So as a staple for me, doing this road 25, I've always, for whatever reason, it just always turns out this way. I've always started off like my 25 with like a ratchet.
My bad, real quick.
Good.
I didn't get to properly bring us in. Shout out to all of the mods. Shout out to all of the members. Shout out to all of the people viewing. Like I said before, hit the like button. For whatever reason, people pull up for the Drake Kendrick shit. But we're talking about the hip hop albums of 2025, and we are where we at. So let's push it out and see how many people we can get in here. Let me do a real quick shout outs real quick. Shout out to Kwani, Xavier, Kia, Marcus, Ashley, gosh darn it, JP, K, Great Enigma, Low Key Finds. Shout out to Kia with the super chat. Some entertainment after these 2 shifts. Thanks, fellas. No problem. No problem. Thank you for supporting the platform. Let's see. Who else? Demetrius. Night by Nix. Shout out to Cam, Sarah, Keish, and last one, Demetrius. Let's go finale. Yeah, we finna get this over with, but in a good way. I'm just ready for this era to be over.
Yeah,
but not to just throw this together because it took us a lot to get here. But go ahead with what you were saying, DJ. Shout out to Scream itself too with the $10 super as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we did this 3 years now? 3 years in a row?
2.
3? 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, technically 3 because we did one as the group off the record, but then 2 just by ourselves.
Yeah.
So but okay. But yeah, like I said, I don't know why it always work out this way. I always start off my list at number 25 with like a hood ratchet pick, but that's just how it is with me. So at number 25, I got Key Glock, Glockavelli.
So listen, spaghetti.
Huh?
So you ready spaghetti?
Hell yeah, red spaghetti, man. You better stop playing. You better stop playing, man. No, but for real though, like, I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's just like that South connection, but I always got a soft spot for like the Tennessee, Memphis, Nashville rappers and stuff. So whenever I hear them, like I try to tune in, so Starlito, Don Trill, Yo Gotti, Young Dolph, Key Glock, Moneybag, like I listen to all them niggas. So granted, well, Moneybag I don't really like that much, but for the rest of them, I rock with heavy. So Key Glock is definitely one of the ones that I really enjoyed. I gave his album an 8.4 out of 10. Lowest rating on my list, 8.4 out of 10 in terms of the top 25.
Right for the Key Glock.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man. This shit right. This album is full of slaps, bro. From start to finish, dog. You put this shit on and you ride, bro. It got slaps, bro. I'm sorry. I know you don't really care for that shit, but this shit got slaps, bro. Don't be look, bro. Don't be over there looking like DJ Head, bro. Chill out.
Oh, wait.
Chill out.
How many tens you got on this list?
It like 10 out of 10?
Yes.
No, I don't have a 10 out of 10. No.
Okay.
No.
I got to check on you.
Nah. But no, I gave it an 8.4 out of 10, man. For let's see, I give my rating for production. Like I said, this album full of slap. So I give it a 9 out of 10 for production. Lyricism, I think out of all the Key Glock albums I've heard, like I said, granted, he's not the greatest lyricist, but this is probably his most lyrical album, to be honest, in my opinion. So I gave it an 8 out of 10 for lyricism. Themes and concepts, still ratchet hood shit. So it's not that really impactful. You know what I'm saying? So I gave that a 7 out of 10. Musicality, I gave it an 8.8 out of 10 for musicality. And for replay value, I gave it a 9 out of 10 for replay value.
God damn.
That shit hard, bro. It's tough. I like it, man. So let's see. Some of my favorite songs was the intro song, Hallelujah, fire. Glockavelli was fire. Blue Devil was fire. Made Away is fire. Watch the Throne is tough. She raised spaghetti. I know you don't like that song, but I like that shit, man. That's another one. But it's just like it just slaps, bro. It ain't really no kind of deep message or anything or why like it just slaps, bro. The shit right. So, but yeah, Key Glock make my list. Number 25 with Glockavelli. At number 24, I got Saba and No ID from the private collection of. This album, I know we did a reaction to it, but I don't know why it just kind of fell out my rotation for a while. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't really go back to it that much. I didn't really have the urge or the feeling to go back to it for whatever reason. I don't know. But recently, like I probably say around January or so, I started picking it back up and it just really started hitting for me again. So I mean I like Saba in general. And of course there's No ID. No ID is one of the best producers that, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't have in years. So let's see, let me pull up my songs right here. Okay, but overall I gave this one also an 8.4 out of 10. For production, 9 out of 10. Lyricism, I gave him 8.6. Themes and concepts, I think this is kind of one of his weak spots on the album because it's just so loose in terms of themes. And like, I didn't really know what he was trying to get off with this album for real, other than it just being just like a random collection of songs. Like, I mean, I guess that was the intention. I don't know, but it didn't really have like a tie-in theme for me. So that kind of, in terms of rappers who kind of try to be introspective, I think that was kind of a weak spot of the album for me. So I gave it an 8.2. It's still good because there's still some great songs on here, but I didn't think they really tied in each other that well. But 8.2 out of 10 for themes and concepts. Musicality, I gave it an 8.2 as well. Replay value, I gave it an 8. So the final score is an 8.4 out of 10. Some of my favorite songs is Stop Playing With Me, fire song. West Side Bound, fire. X 1.5, fire. Reciprocity, also fire. I like that song a lot. Big Picture, tough. And probably my favorite song towards the end is How to Impress God. That's probably my favorite song on the album. Like, he just went crazy on that shit. So shout out to Saba. But yeah, I got Saba at number 24 on my list.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I am making something cute so I can change our background. Not too cute, but
He said cute.
I just want to change it from what it is. That's all. And then but yeah, I don't have a problem with the those two albums per se. That ranking on that when that key Glock. I was just like, hold on, champ. But I'll fix that in a minute. So one thing I do want to do, because you're working your way from 50 down to 25 on social media. And I didn't do that, but I do have like 6 that did not make my list that I do want to honorable mention to.
Okay, cool.
Number 1, and this is in no particular order. Lakili 47 for promotional use only.
Okay.
McKinley Dixon, Magic Alive.
Okay.
De La Soul, Cabins in the Sky.
What? De La Soul didn't make your list?
Not Raekwon, Emperor's New Clothes.
Okay.
Open Mike Eagle. Shout out to Open Mike Eagle. Was it Ghetto Neighborhoods Unlimited?
Neighborhood Guys Unlimited.
Neighborhood Guys Unlimited. And lastly, Cardi B, not Invasion of Privacy, but Cardi B, Am I the Drama? Those 6 are my honorable mention. But yeah. So,
I ain't gonna lie. I thought De La Soul would have made your list for sure.
On second listen, well, on this, not second, but on my most recent, I played it twice the other day. And it kind of gave me like that, like Slum Village from 2024. Like it's good. It's good. It's a good project, but it wasn't dynamic enough. And then in some of the areas where it was more monotonous, it felt like in comparison to some of the albums that made the top 25, it just dragged a little bit in certain spots to like keep it from like a higher rating. Because I still had like all of these albums are like 8 out of 10. So they're not bad. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't make the top 25 for me. But
like I'm not mad at that, because I like the De La Soul, but I'm saying it didn't make my list either. Personally. So I kind of do that for me, but I just thought you would have had it. Like I thought that would have been one of your ones. So okay, cool.
It was close. Initially, I had it rated much higher, but when I actually like listened to the album, I think it would have been better served to be like a 14-track album.
Okay, yeah, I like. Yeah, I agree with that.
It was just too much of the same thing.
Yeah.
Can y'all put the names? We'll release the list later.
Yeah,
we'll release our individual top 25s later. But right now we're not gonna be able to type and do all of that. And if we put it now, you're gonna see the whole list.
Yeah,
and that just kills the point of the live stream. But okay, number 25, and I did not write the names of these albums. I just put the artists. Okay, so let me go, because I still got mine wrote on paper because I ain't have a chance to transcribe it. But number 25, Skyzoo, Views of a Lifetime. And I have this album rated at a 8.1 out of 10.
Okay.
Let me find the breakdown. Give me 1 second. If you hear that, that's the paper. Okay, so production, had it at a 4. Musicality, I had it at a 4 as well. Lyricism, which was what got him on the top 25. 4.5 out of 10 for Skyzoo on lyricism. Themes and concepts, 3.9. Replay value, 3.8. The lyrics, like, it's good enough to be in the fight, but that lyricism like was so good. It gave it a fighting chance for the top 25. But yeah, so if you like rapping, that is a really good album. And be mindful, 3.9 is a 7.8. Like that is not, like, that's almost 4 mics at the source. That's not a bad rating, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
So let me go to number 24. Soul Child. And if I'm not mistaken, Rebirth Theory.
Yeah. Okay. That was a late entry too, y'all.
And I think that one was another one from like Stilo. Shout out to, if I'm not mistaken, you want to send it to me in the chat. And I can post them as you go down the list. I don't have it wrote nowhere. I mean, I got them written down, but I don't have them typed. So y'all just gonna have to like stay tapped in as we announcing these albums. That's the best way we can do it. At least for me. Okay, so Soul Child Rebirth Theory. Like DJ said, this was a late edition. I think we had already had the list like at like 150 plus.
Yes.
Y'all fought for this album, and I listened to this album and was very, very critical the first time. I'm like, y'all adding workload for me, and I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
But the rating for it, 4.1 on production. Musicality, a flat 4. Lyricism, 4.2. Themes and concepts, a 4. Replay value, 3.9. And with this album, I liked how I like the, I don't know if I want to say, it's like this neo soul rap fusion type of thing going on. And it's another album that has like great fusion elements that like made it higher on my list that we'll talk about when we get there. But yeah, I like that infusion of those elements. You can tell like she, you know, listen to Outkast, listen to Erykah Badu, listen to Jill Scott, maybe some D'Angelo. Like you can tell like she has those elements and like brought them into how she built out her sound. And I think it was like the album felt like she was doing it from the perspective of allow me, like, how can I best introduce myself, you know, and provide y'all perspective on what I'm experiencing at this current time, like what my come up feel like. That's what I felt like about this album. And I thought it was dope. So shout out to Soul Child. Shout out to whoever recommended that too, because I'm not exactly sure who it was. I think it was Stella. But yeah. So go ahead with your 23 and 22, and then I'll come behind you.
All right. So at 23, I got Deontay Hitchcock. Good Things Take Time. I've become a recent fan of Deontay Hitchcock. I mean, I've always known he was there, but I never listened to his music until the last, I probably say 2 years. I was doing like the Road to 100. And I'm like, nah, brother can fucking rap, dog. Like, he can really rap. And I like his evolution into trying to become a more serious artist than just like the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the trolley type artist, but I guess like antics. I guess that's the best word I'm looking for. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say. Basically, like I said, he's trying to become a more well-rounded, fleshed out like artist. And I appreciate his attempts of doing so in terms of like his creativity and the type of music he's trying to make and the subject matter he's trying to touch. But also, I just feel like a real sense of just like hunger from him, bro. Like you can tell like he really want this shit. And he gets frustrated a lot of the times because things, just when they about to go well, something always happen and the rug get pulled from right under him. For he could have had a moment. You know what I'm saying? And especially on this album, he really touches on that a lot. On how COVID fucked his whole shit up in terms of his projection. He was getting the features that he was wanting, he was getting before COVID. And like basically he had money behind him at one point. And then COVID fucked his whole momentum up, fucked his deal up, fucked the money up. So he just basically trying to rebuild from scratch. And that's what this album is to me. Like he's really trying to like find his footing to where he can get on in that mainstay attention. So I really enjoyed this album from him. Some of my favorite songs was Breakthrough, They Know What's Up, On the Edge, Step With It is a slap that should be on the radio. I don't care what nobody say. Runaway Bride, Love Song's another good song. And probably my overall favorite song though is on This Song For You featuring Akeem Ali. Bruh, that's the bag I need Akeem Ali in, bruh. Like, I understand he can rap his ass off, but that song, he kind of dialed it back a little bit, put a little swag in it, slowed it down a little bit. Like, you actually can really, I mean, well, he does well at enunciating his words. I won't say that he can't enunciate, but like, you just got a full experience with him on that song because he was doing the hook, but he was singing and he was rapping. But like, he just like, if you heard that song, you know what I'm talking about. And that's the bag I would like for him to explore more versus just a rapid fire all the time. You know, so now a lot of my ratings, a lot of the albums got the same rating, but like the base score is different. So that's
Mhm.
how I put them in order. So like I said, Key Glock, Saba, they both was 8.4s, but Key Glock was a 41.8 out of 50. Saba was a 42 out of 50. Deontay Hitchcock was a 42.2 out of 50. So, but if you add them up, they all still 8.4. So for production, I got 8.5 out of 10 for Deontay. Lyricism, I got 8.2. Themes and concepts, I think it's the strongest point on the album. Was a 9 out of 10. Musicality, I gave it an 8.3. And replay value, I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. So very good project. I'm excited to see what he got next. But yeah, it made my list at number 23. And number 22. Why the shit bugging out? Okay. All right. So at number 22, I got Shay Noir and the Other Guys. No validation. I've already liked Shay Noir, like, because I mean, I've heard about it, you know, just rapping in other spaces and things like that. But this album here, she really showed that she could rap her ass off, bro. And the niggas that she was rapping with was getting dusty. This whole project, bro. I love her rapping on this album, and it's not long. I think it's like 8 or 9 songs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
So
it's pretty.
yeah, so it's not a long project at all, but she did a lot in a short amount of time, I feel. This one I gave it was a 42.4 out of 50, which equals up to an 8.5 out of 10. For production, I gave it an 8.4. Lyricism, I gave it a 9.2. Things,
Hold on, your scoring format changed. What happened?
What you mean?
Now you in the 9s instead of the 3s and 4s. What happened?
That's for lyricism. I gave it a 9.2 out of 10.
I know we like we was the scores was 1 through 5. How you got in the 9s?
I did all mine out of 10. Bro, I asked you said yeah, out of 10, bro.
No, I told you the final score is out of 10.
Bro, I did all this shit out of 10, bro. All of it out of 10, man.
Okay, keep going.
It ain't like it's wrong, though.
It's just it's gonna be inconsistent. Like with me doing mine out of 5 and then you doing yours out of 10, it's gonna be inconsistent. That's why, like, I was like, yeah, we do that out of 5 and then divide whatever the final score is by 25, and you land right there.
All right, man. Well, I just give my final rating, bro. Because, like I said, all my shit is out of 10. I'll tell you that. But yeah, Shay Noir. Let me see. What did my songs go? Shit. Okay, so Incense Burning, the first song, fire. Smooth Jazz is fire with 38 Special. That song's fire. Sugar Water, Castle Wolf, I think that's how you say that song, with Rams and Sky Zoo on it. They had 5 verses and she still smoked them. And the last song, Susie, was Smoke Dizzle. I just like the beat on that one. I mean, they rapping good, but it's the beat I really enjoyed on that one. So, but yeah, man. At number 22, yeah, Shay Noir, no validation. I think it deserves a spot on my list, so I put it at number 22.
Okay. So let me go to it. Okay. My number 23 is Mavi, the Pilot. And he is I guess young, but a newer artist to me, to where he's made a really good impression on me. And as far as like the lo-fi rappers go, like that, him, I haven't really got on Red Veil yet, but him, Mike, Earl, Mavi, my personal preference for like all things included, I put Mavi number 1, then Earl, then Mike. And I understand that Earl has a much deeper resume and also a much deeper lyrical bag, but like just as far as like the total artist package, I'm like my ear is taking to Mavi more. But yeah, I thought the pilot was really good. And coming off of the album that he put out, I think in 2024, which was Shadowboxing, it wasn't as good as that one, but it was still good. I think I had Shadowboxing at like an 8.4. And this one was an 8.1. So let me go through the scores real quick. Where are you, Mavi? Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so production was a 3.8 out of 5. Musicality was a 4. This is another one of the ones. Lyricism, 4.5. He can really fucking rap. And I really like with him and Mike in particular, but him much more appeasing. I like how they use the cadence as the drum when a lot of their beats don't necessarily have a driving drum throughout the song. So they're using their cadence as the drum. I think that's an excellent way of like adding a dimension through the way you rap to the actual instrumental or production value itself. Themes and concepts was a 4, and replay value was a 4. So like again, my final score with Mavi the Pilot was a 8.1 out of 10. And number 22, Wrong Streets, Train Spotting. Okay. And I also have this album at an 8.1 as well. It was some songs on here where I was like, hold on, this nigga kind of sound like AZ a little bit. And but on repeated listens with this one too, I think I rated it a little bit higher because it was like in the 8.3, 8.4 territory initially. But it came down because it's another one of those albums that's just long and it like lost like a decimal point or two for just being too much of the same, even though it's good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like you just needed that little bit of spike of diversity to break it up. And one of the albums that made my top 5 this year, that artist would not have in any other year normally, but the way that they built the album that they made last year completely changed how I view them as an artist, like as far as their potential is concerned. But yeah, we can break up real quick right here. So my top, I'm gonna put my 25 through 22 in here real quick.
Yeah.
Skyzoo, Views of a Lifetime, 24, Soul Child, Rebirth Theory, 23, Mavi, Pilot, 22, Wrong Streets, Train Spotting. And we'll just stop like every 4 or 5 and do that. And just to make it even, the next time we'll do 21 through 16. So after that, it'll just be 5 at a time. So it'll be a clean number. But yeah, you can go ahead and go into your number 21 and 20.
Okay. What do you want me to put mine in here?
Yeah, go ahead. So they can have. You don't have to put a rating, just put the album titles. And I keep talking until you finish because it was a super chat from Cam. Shout out to Cam. He said, how far can a rapper get away with subpar production but great lyricism? Also, how far can a rapper get with only great production but subpar lyricism? Which can the artist get away with more? Great production and subpar lyricism. Look at Travis Scott. Look at Travis Scott. Travis Scott is a reflection of, my bad, I keep making this go away. But Travis Scott is a reflection of what great production and subpar lyricism can get you. And in some respects, he's at the top of rap. You know what I mean? So he's not too far away. Like, and Travis Scott is doing stadiums. So like, but subpar production and great lyricism, it's a definite cap. Like you can't really even go mainstream without good production. Like look at Absol. Shit, look at Earl. You know what I'm saying? They are fantastic lyricists, but if you don't have that production, if you're not catching the ear of the listener, like you're not even giving them a chance to listen to what you say. So that production is important. And you can pull the art, you can pull the audience in with the sounds. Like that was one thing that somebody like Wiz Khalifa was amazing at the beginning of his career. Like because he still kind of raps the same for the most part, but there was something just different about the visual, I mean the audio experience of a Kush and Orange Juice.
Right.
That production made the what he was rapping about so immersive and so on brand that became a classic album. Like it's really hard to do it the other way. It's possible. And for a lot of people like who would think, you know, we would say Lupe in his peak had great production. Lupe had fantastic production. And in some instances pulled back on the lyricism a little bit. So if you're ready, go ahead and go with your 21 and 20.
Okay, so we doing 21 and 20.
Yeah.
All right. So at 21, number 21, I got Dave East and Ransom, The Final Call. This is probably one of the first albums I heard in 2025 because for one, I mean, it did come out early. I think it did come out in like January, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it just really was one of the first albums I heard. And bro, whatever Dave East did with Ransom as far as like getting him out of his like comfort zone wise, like Dave East was a great partner to Ransom on this album. Like he was definitely a great equalizer in the repetitive of how Ransom rap. Dave East came in and just kind of like cut through a lot of that shit. Well, not only fire his raps, but just like change the tempo on a lot of songs. You know what I'm saying? Because Dave East, he can go fast, he can go slow, like he has a good range as far as like how he can rap. So and I think his ear for production is underrated too. Like I mean this may just be an assumption, but I really think he picked out all these beats. I ain't gonna hold you. And Ransom just came along for the ride. But either way, great chemistry with them, man. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10 overall. Production, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.6. Things and concepts, I gave it a 4.
There we go.
Musicality, I gave it a 4. And replay value, I gave it a 4.3 out of 5. So, but yeah, 8.5, I thought that was a good number of how much I listened to it. Now, in terms of like the subject matter, I think that kind of keeps them back from being in that like upper echelon. But it's a good mid-tier album. There's nothing wrong with being mid-tier in a lot of times. So, but overall, man, I really enjoyed that album, man. Like it's some really fire songs on there. So, shout out to Davey, shout out to Ransom. And at number 20, I got Raekwon, Emperor's New Clothes, man. Bruh, I love like the whole mass appeal, like the legends. What's called a legend has it, or what was the name of the series?
Yeah, Legend has it. Yep.
Legend has it, bruh. Nas did this thing with cultivating like that movement and that wave for all the artists that came through and did their albums because all of them had a similar level of quality in terms of all of them. So I don't know if they just all worked together on a lot of their albums, but I don't know. But all the albums in that rollout was fantastic, in my opinion. So for this one, for production, for Raekwon, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, a 4.4. Things of concepts, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Musicality, I gave it a 4.3. Replay value, 4.5 for a final score of 8.5 as well on that one. So only like half of a decimal percentage between this one and that one. But either way, I think it's a fantastic album, man. Like it just made me want to go back and listen to like old Wu-Tang and really see like what I missed. You know what I'm saying? So Raekwon did his thing on this project. Like he rapped really well. I know you said those first couple songs, like Bear Hill or whatever, you didn't really care for that shit. I didn't mind it, but I do agree like that beginning part of that was the weaker part.
Yeah.
Like the stronger part of the album didn't get to the middle and to the end. He finished strong as hell with that album. So yeah, 21, Dave East a Ransom, Final Call, and 20 is Raycon, Emperor's New Clothes.
Okay, real quick. Quick break from our sponsors. Shout out to D2B2. My bad. The StreamYard lagging a little bit. D2B2 just gifted 20 We Are Decipher memberships. Much appreciated. And also, he came through with one of them big dogs, one of them big ones. Ooh. So shout out to D2B2, the $50 super chat. Hey y'all, here in spirit. Shout out to Skip, DJ, the Mods, and the Dakotas. Much. Let me cut that. Let's go. Got that to shut up. Okay. But yeah, man, shout out to D2B2. Continue support. We appreciate it a shit ton. You have no idea.
No idea.
We've been in the continuance of what we do here, along with everybody else who contributes. But you know what I'm saying? Special shout out to D2B2. Shout out to Spiritual John with the $10 and continued membership. Good evening, Dakotas. Road to 100. Hip Hop lives here. So if you got this gifted membership, you still got about 20 hours to go check that Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. If you want to catch that early, what else is over there? The entire Road to 100 series, season 1 and 2. You can check that out. You know, early access to, you know, those reactions, all that stuff is over there. You'll be able to see. And you'll have early access to our Isaiah Rashad album breakdown that'll be coming in the coming week. So you'll definitely get that in this membership cycle. In perfect world, you'll get the damn reaction as a part of this first month membership. And some feature run, some new feature run reactions. But thank y'all for y'all support. I don't know why the YouTube the goal counter isn't working. I'm not sure. I think we have 9. We have. I think we have 8 of the 15. So we're over half. I don't know why it's not working. YouTube being a dickhead. And shout out to T-Mac with the super chat. Top 25 hip hop lives. Thank you so much. Let me check. Because I know sometimes they come through. We ain't got nothing yet. Okay. So I just keep my phone open. You just did 21 and 20, right? Okay. Let's see. My number 21. North Carolina. Well, whatever Carolina he's from. Carolina, stand up. Nick Grant.
Whatever Carolina he from. Chill out. Don't do that.
It's only 2 of them. But
I'm just saying.
He's a really good rapper. I do think there is room for improvement and maturation in his song building skills. Yeah. However, that the project was concise, so it didn't run into that like redundancy thing. And he had Gina Views like helping to break the album up into separate acts, or just like redirect the attention of where he's going, you know, for like a given half of the album or a given act of the album. Let me find that album real quick. So Nick Grant, I took that personally. I have it at an 8.2 out of 10. Production, 4 out of 5. Musicality, a 4 out of 5. Lyricism, 4.6 out of 5. This is one of the better lyrical performances of the entire year in 2025.
He not lying.
Concepts, like I say, like song writing and like song building, there's still some room for improvement there. So 3.9 out of 5, and replay value, an even 4 out of 5. And coming from like our middling tier artists, to be able to put out albums that make their way into the top 25 is a big accomplishment in itself, because they don't have as many resources as a lot of the artists that we're going to discuss going higher and higher into this top 25. Like people having $1 million, $500,000+ budgets. So like to have artists making albums on $50,000, $75,000 budgets, or self-financing their projects and making their way into creating some of the best art that comes out in a given year is an accomplishment in itself. So shout out to Nick Grant for that, and all of the other independent and lower budget provided artists on these lists that are still able to make great art in spite of that. So my number 20, I think my number 20 flat. I'm flipping through pages. Nas and DJ Premier, Light Years.
Wow.
And I had this album at a 8.2 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this album, it kind of stayed exactly where it was. I do feel like production wise, there was room. He left something to be desired. He left food on the plate. Especially coming off of the Hit Boy album. I get it, what the feel of it was supposed to be, but also knowing that DJ Premier did from the Private Collection, I feel like some of these beats just weren't.
You mean Common? You mean? You said from the Private Collection. You mean the Common album? You mean?
No, that's Pete Rock. Pete Rock did the Common album.
So Premier was on the No ID joint too?
I'm sorry. My bad. I fucked up. However, you got me. I fucked up. But with the DJ Premier and the Nas, like it was long awaited too. Like this is an album that people have been talking about for almost 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming off the back of Illmatic. So to get to, hear the album, and then you hear New York State of Mind 3, and it's like, fuck, like the beat it's okay. Like a lot of people were like trashing the album's production. I'm not there because, like I said, I gave it production wise, I think a 4, even 4. So it was good. I was expecting more like great production and like variance and like pace, because I do feel like there was a couple of opportunities to like speed those beats up a little bit and get Nas back in his native pocket. I feel like what Hit Boy did is kept Nas in his pocket. You know what I mean? So even though the beats had variance in sound, the BPM was kind of close. You know what I mean? So it went too far off from what he was trying to do. I feel like in an example for what type of pacing that I feel like is more like closer to Nas' bass style is like Locomotive from Life is Good. So like my people who like listen to Nas, particularly the Life is Good album, the song Locomotive, I feel like it should have been at least one of those on here, because that speaks to that type of sound that was on this album, and that could have like served as a it still fits that 90s post Illmatic aesthetic. But yeah, the production was cool. Nas was in his bag rapping though. So production 4 out of 5. Musicality 4 out of 5, in large part to the production. Lyricism 4.4. Themes and concepts 4.1 out of 5, and replay value of 4 out of 5. I really liked Sons. That song fucked me up the first time I heard it, and I think the second time too. So yeah, I thought that was a really great song. The song dedicated to the ladies, I like that one.
Yeah.
It was some really good songs on here, man. If the production would have met Nas, this probably a top 10 album, in my opinion, of 2025.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my 21 and 20.
Okay. All right, I put mine in the chat already. My 21 and 20. So if you want to go ahead and put yours in there, and I'll go ahead and jump in at number 19. Another artist on the Legends Has It series, Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2 at number 19. I'm so glad. I'm not gonna necessarily say he learned from his mistakes because he probably don't even realize from the album that was before this one to this one, like what the shit that we didn't like about the last one. But he fixed everything that I had an issue with the album prior to this. Like he stayed in his bed in terms of subject matter and rapping where he is, like age wise, like in terms of like the era where he comes from. He's not trying to do the young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to, and I felt he was trying to do that on the last project before this. I can't think of the name of it, but
it was Guns N' Roses. I can't remember the first part of the title, but it was Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, like I didn't really care for that one too much, but this was Supreme Clientele. He back to form, bro. Like I love this album from start to finish. He got funny ass skits in here. That's you know what I'm saying. That's actually low key that kind of carries the album along a little bit in terms of like what Supreme Clientele is supposed to mean. The skits plays into that very well, I feel. So for production, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.3. Things and concepts, I gave it a 4. Musicality, I gave it a 4.2. And then replay value, I gave it a 4.5. So final score is an 8.5 out of 10. But I think he did a fantastic job. Like whoever he worked with, if he want to keep going, he need to stay in this bag right here. Whatever this shit is, I like this album a lot. Like I know a lot of people may sleep on, like you know, what I'm saying these artists, but man, y'all gotta really listen, bro. Album is tough, man. But yeah, number 19, Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. Then I'm happy about the last two for sure, Raekwon and Ghostface. It just made me happy to see those on my list, like for sure. And once they made my list, like they didn't move for the most part. Like they were very consistent every listen through I had. So let's see. So at number 18, one of the albums that I thought was gonna make your list, but it was one of your honorable mentions. Lakili 47 for promotional use only at number 18 for me. This is my first time I ever listened to her, and I'm very impressed. I'm definitely going back and seeing what else she got. I'm looking forward to everything else she got going forward. She can rap like a lot better than I thought she would be on this album, especially songs like Stella's Groove and HNIC. That's when she was really popping her shit on now, like for sure. But production is good. It kind of reminds me of like a 90s Missy and Timbaland kind of bag almost with the production and rapping style. I don't know if she has any affiliation with them at all, but like that, I hear a lot of Missy when I hear her rap. So that was very enjoyable to get through. I really like this album a lot. And I'm excited to see what she do next, man, for sure. Production wise, I gave it a 4.4. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.3. Things and concepts, I gave it a 4.1. Musicality of 4.3 and replay value of 4.3. 8.5 overall score. Like all my albums to me in my top 25 are like really good. Like so they're kind of rated kind of high. But I feel so they deserve it, man. I don't think it's really a miss on my list, to be perfectly honest. Like I don't think it's a miss. Like I think every album on this list is quality in some form or fashion. So but yeah, so Ghostface Killer, number 19, Supreme Clientele, and number 18, Lakili 47, sorry, for promotional use only. So yeah, that's my 18 and 19.
But let me see. Okay, so my number 19. Dang, real quick, shout out to Twin. Okay, never mind. I don't want to blow shout out. I probably did anyway. But okay, number 19. Chica. I wish you were there or here, however you refer to it.
Okay.
I have this project at an 8.3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my trusted list. I gotta bounce back and forth. Okay, where you at, Chica, where you at? Okay. So I wish you were there or here. 8.3 out of 10. Production value, 4 out of 10. Music, 4 out of 5. I'm sorry. Musicality, 4.2. Lyricism, 4.2. Themes and concepts, I feel like this in not necessarily in comparison to No Validation, but this is more so why it made my personal list over like No Validation was because of the themes and concepts. I feel like this was a very tightly woven conceptual project. Even though it was short and concise, it still had a fully fleshed out concept to it. And replay value had a 4.1 out of 5. And then you go back and listen, and like she, you know, when I went back and listened to it, you know, again to start making scores and stuff, one thing that I noticed is regardless of the song, she made sure to have a good lyrical presence on every single song. And some songs were stronger. Like I feel like Stemming is a sleeper lyrical song.
Absolutely.
And then you go through the project. I feel like Float is a beautiful record just on its own. You know what I mean? So like, shout out to Chica. That was a really good project. And like I said, I had it at number 19. What was it, 19? I got my what's the name messed up because I'm going back and forth. But yeah, had it at number 19 with an 8.3. And my number 18, same score, Earl Sweatshirt. Live, Love, Laugh, or Live, Laugh, Laugh. I can't remember. Yes,
Okay.
This was a really good album from Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay.
The one thing I will say, this young man can rap. And the thing about this album, I think that brought it like home for me as well, was he had a lot to say. And I think how he would tie things in, and even if it's for a moment to like, he has this thing that I talked about not too long ago where he can like drop a line that's like a story within itself. You know what I mean? And I think that's a phenomenal thing. Like that's a phenomenal gift to have as a writer, just purely as a writer, to like have one line that's significant enough to like spur its own stream of consciousness as a listener while you're in the midst of still enjoying the song. So I liked his project. The production, I think, like probably was the low point. Like I say, like in that middling tier, you have to kind of give up something unless you're a producer. But let me pull it up real quick. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. It must be on the first page. Okay, here we go. Production value 3.9. Musicality 3.9 as well. Lyricism 4.5. One of the better lyrical performances of the year. Themes and concepts. This album, listening back to it, has very tight, it's just like the Chica album. It's conceptually rich. Like he's hanging on to like the essence of the title. And just showing like how like he's showing his maturation through writing these songs, and like how his family and taking better care of himself and like having a child, and like how balancing all of these things have become the center of his universe, so to speak. And then replay value, where are we? Was a 4.1, which is surprising for me, like just giving my taste off of an Earl project. So yeah, man, shout out to Earl. I think this was a really good project. This was a really good offering for him. But yeah, we can go to what we just did, 19 and 18.
Yeah.
Now we can do 3. So do your next 3, and then I'll do my next 3.
Okay. All right. So my number 17 is one of Skip's favorite artists. And a newer artist for me, Mick Jenkins, and number 17, The Murder of Crows. Bro, this album, lyrically, from a rapping standpoint, it's probably one of the best I heard the entire year, bro. I'm starting to really understand why you like him in terms of like how he raps, because when he be rapping, like his doubles, like they so sneaky. Like it'd be like sneaky doubles, like you wouldn't really realize like he's rapping, like he placing some shit here, like he'll rap it here, but then he'll pick up the other verse, other rhyme scheme. He had this one, and like 8 bars later, pick it back up, and then like he just be like weaving like a 2-man weave, or 3-man weave almost in all his verses, bro. That's literally just how he naturally raps, bro. He don't rap like A B or A or A B C D. Like he don't rap like that, bro. He don't like. You have to just really pay attention to the fuck he be saying, bro, because if you don't, you'll miss the intended purpose of it. Like, and honestly, I don't even think it's like super dense to where you can't understand it per se. But I do think the people that have that passive listening ear that these folks want us to have will totally miss any of that shit. Like if you have any form of like hip hop training or just musical ear, you can catch a lot of this stuff if you really just sit down and listen to this shit. So shout out to Mick Jenkins, man. I'm definitely becoming more of a fan the more I listen to him, for sure. And this album, production wise, I gave it a 4.2 out of 5. Now the production, I mean, it's good, but it wasn't really my favorite. And I think that's overall kind of kept it lower on my list. The production and like the musicality wasn't really that high for me. Like those are the two lower scores that I had in terms for him. So I mean, I know he has the ability, but I don't think he was there with this project. But things and concepts, lyricism, and those two alone helps my replay value be so high for this album, in my opinion. So, but yeah, production I gave 4.2 out of 5. Lyricism 4.8 out of 5. Things and concepts of 4.2. Musicality of 4.1. Replay value of 4.1. With a score of 8.5. It was 8.5 out of 10. And some of my favorite songs was on Words I Should Have Said, Dream Catchers, Workers' Comp. Pundits was okay. I mean, I know
got more work to do. We got work to do. We got more work. Yeah,
Workers' Comp is fire. Dead Stock is fire. And Coco Golf.
Okay.
I really like Coco Golf. And Bigger Than Ever was cool. It wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it was good. But yeah, Coco Golf, Workers' Comp, Words I Should Have Said are probably the 3 like standouts for me on the project. So yeah, that's my number 17, Mick Jenkins, A Murder of Crows. And now we gonna skip across the ocean a little bit to the UK. Number 16, Little Sims with Lotus. My number 16 album. This album here was a slow burn for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. For a long time, that she was sitting in like that 35 to 40 range. And it was not moving. It was not moving, but I don't know what it was. It just one day it just kind of clicked for me. Like I kind of understand the direction she was going with the project. And it wasn't. Well, those first 2 songs were kind of like drop 7. But the rest of the album, I kind of feel like it was a totally different project entirely. Outside of those first 2 songs, everything else after that shit was top tier in my opinion. Like great melodies, great song structure, good sequencing. Like that's one thing I feel that they slept on with making a good album is the sequencing, bro. A good sequencing can change the whole scope or perspective on the album. And I feel so like that back half of this album is really where it shined, in my opinion. Let's see, what was some of my I forgot my favorite, because I didn't write my songs down this time. I don't know why. I normally do that, but I just pull up the track list. Let's see here. There we go, Lotus. All right, so yeah, some of my favorite songs was Free was a fire song. Peace was good. Lion was good. Enough was good. My favorite song, which kind of disappointed me right now, because the song Blood with Rich 32 and Cash. Like, I really thought that was like her blood brother. And like they rapping, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth, talking about their real life situation with their mom, with their granddad, and or my grandmom, and bro, it's just like a conceptual song. That's all it is. I'm thinking it's some real shit. I'm just like, man, it kind of took me out of it a little bit, but I still like it though, because I was able to attach myself to it in a sense, because their relationship was a relationship like me and my sister had for a good little minute. I guess it was just due to like growing pains when she was coming into her early 20s, like 20, 21. Like, she wanted to hear shit I had to tell her, bro. She wanted to do her own thing. She's going against the grain a lot of times, but she's smart as fuck. So she was still doing her thing in school and things like that. But she just wasn't hearing shit I was trying to tell her, bro. Advice wise, she wasn't hearing that shit. So we was kind of clashing a little bit. But as she's gotten older, our relationship's gotten a lot stronger, I feel like. So that's kind of the reason why I kind of tied myself to that song, because I could see myself in that scenario. So for as far as my scores, production, I gave it a 4.3 out of 5. Lyricism, a 4.3. Themes and concepts, a 4.3. Musicality, a 4.3. And replay value, a 4.3 across the board, for an overall score of 8.5 out of 10. So I think it's a great album, even though it was a sleeper slow burn for me. But I do have a greater appreciation for it now, for sure. And I think it deserved to make my list. So that's it. So number 15.
Hold on, wait. Okay. How many you just did? You did 3? It was
I did
18, 17, 16.
No, I was doing 17, 16, 15.
Okay.
Yeah, Mick Jenkins was.
Okay. Yeah. 17, 16, 15. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Mick Jenkins at 17, Lil Sims at 16. And number 15, I got Russ with Wild. I know this may not be an album that most people may consider, but I like Russ. I do. I know. It's my list.
What, nigga?
It's my list, bro. I like Russ, man. Even though he can be a bit arrogant, he can be
what, nigga?
A bit pretentious.
At 15?
Yes, bro. Yes, I got Russ at 15 with Wild, bro.
Hey,
like I told you before, when we was doing the breakdowns, you know, the episodes, like, I feel as though he does a great job at putting a lot, like making a lot of lists.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, the songs are not that long, but all his songs, they feel like full-bodied songs, but they feel like 4-minute, 5-minute songs, but they only like 2:30, 2:45, maybe a 3-minute song, but they feel longer than that because he does a lot within the time frame that he has. Like, most of the songs are like a verse and a half, maybe 2 verses on the long side. But the production, he does well with picking his beats. I don't know who really works with him on production side, but I think they have a good sense of the type of artist he is in terms of how he wants to do things with the melodic sounds and him going in and out of pockets with rapping and singing. The beat selection fits what he tries to do really well, in my opinion. And I think he's not a super amazing rapper, but he's good enough to hang with some of the, at least the mid tier, some of the low high tier rappers. I feel like he can be in that range because the album he had dropped, Chump 2, where it's basically like a rapping album with all the rappers on it.
Yeah. He
was hanging with all of them, bro, on that album. And this album isn't super bar heavy, but it's enough here for me to be satisfied. So, but yeah, production, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.3. Themes and concepts, I gave it a 4.3. I think he had a lot of vulnerability on this project, bro, especially speaking from him personally in terms of what he sees himself now. Because he had the one song, I forgot the name of it, where he was rapping to his future self and his future self rap to his past self. I like shit like that because it makes you understand where he's really trying to go with his music, his artistry, in terms of like he's really trying to focus on himself and not really focus so much on I mean, he has like the trendy songs that can make the radio, but for the most part, he really focuses on self when he raps, and I like that.
Did they rap
So
to each other? Did they rap to each other over FaceTime?
no, they didn't
Oh,
do that. They didn't do that. They did not do that. I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, production 4 out of 5, lyricism 4.3, themes and concepts 4.3, musicality is a 4.5. That goes back to, like I mentioned, like the full bodiness of all his music on this project. I feel that's why that's so high, and it makes the replay value for me high as well. So I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 with an overall score of 8.6 out of 10. So yeah, that's my 3. We got Russ at 15 with Wild. Number 16, we got Little Sims with Lotus. At 17, we got Mick Jenkins, A Murder of Crows.
what did you have the lyricism on Mick Jenkins?
4.8.
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. I was going to cut the stream off if it was anywhere close to that rush shit. I was just going to hit the stream.
No.
I was just going to hit the stream. Hold on. Okay. So my number 17, across the pond, Jim Legacy, Black British Music.
Black British music. Yes,
Jim
sir.
Legacy. For the people who haven't heard Jim Legacy and are curious the way he sounds like Jaden Smith just jumped in his body. He sounds like Jaden Smith just jumped in his body, bro. But a particular version of Jaden Smith, like Sire Jaden Smith.
Yes.
And I think his album was dope, man. The one thing that I noticed, like on repeated plays, it's the same drum pattern on like 7 songs.
Mhm.
Blew me. I'm like, bro, how many times is this gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was pissing me off. But other than that, really good album. Not too like super duper lyrically dense. Great vibes on the album. Musicality was really good.
Yep.
I was impressed by this album. This was my first time listening, and this showed me, along with another album that we're gonna discuss later, that the UK can make music that like not has soul per se, but they can make vibe shit that's more loose and flowing as opposed to the I guess like grime and like the UK drill of it, like
Yeah.
just that super duper choppy shit. Which has its place, but yeah, this I really thought this album was good. Let me see where I have it. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Legacy, 8.3 out of 10. And this is Jim Legacy Black British Music. Production, 4.1, and that was because some of the beats were redundant. It probably would have been better because the musicality overall, 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, like I said, wasn't a strong point, 3.8. It's a lot of humming and harmonizing and shit.
Yeah.
Themes and concepts, flat 4. Replay value, though, 4.4 out of 5. This is a really good album. This is an album you can just put on and press play. You can listen to it in the background. You can listen to it in the foreground, attentively listening to it. It's one of those. So I was really pleased by that project. Go ahead.
And I went back and listened when you said the song, that Don't Be a Bitch song, and the remix that you put, you said was what? Who else you say it was it Baby King?
Baby King and Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
That would be a fire song.
Yeah. Playboy Cardi, Baby King, and Jim Legacy on that. Man, that it would be fire. I listened to that probably about 2 days ago, and I thought about what you said. I'm like, yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that.
That shit would have been hard, bro. Number 16, back stateside, up north in the corner up there.
Okay.
West Side Gun, 12.
Hey, yo.
At number 16, I have this album coming in at a 8.4. Bro, when he can get Stove God in the studio, for at least 4 songs,
It's gonna
I'm
be fun.
pulling up. It's gonna be a great album because he provides the very thing that Westside Gunn needs. Just that he just puts a ribbon on what he doing.
Yeah.
But production. This is a place where he's never lacked. 4.4 out of 5 production wise. Musicality, 4.2. Lyricism, 4.4. That nigga was rapping. And all of his features were rapping. Themes and concepts, 4.1. Replay value, for my personal taste, was just a flat 4. So it came out to an 8.4 out of 10. Let's go to my number 15.
Yeah.
Also an 8.4. Amine. 13
months of sunshine.
Of sunshine.
Amine,
13 months of sunshine.
Yeah.
This album is another album that you can just put on and let play. Kind of like, and also production wise, it also kind of has like that same kind of sort of pitfall, or like it finds a groove. I'll just say that as opposed to like relegating it a pitfall. But it gets into this place where it just has a comfortable like bass level beat that he goes into, or drum pattern that they go into multiple times.
Yeah.
But let me get to it real quick. Production, 4.2. With more variety, this would have been one of the better produced albums of the year, because it's very like outside of the drums, the actual instrumentation of the beats vary a lot. So 4.2. Musicality, 4.3 out of 5. Lyricism, kind of like with the Jim Legacy, not the strong point, 3.8. Themes and concepts, though, when he is rapping and the way that the album is built to be this story that he's having with his father, I thought that was super dope. 4.2. And replay value, just like the Jim Legacy, high replay value, 4.4. Brought it in at an 8.4 out of 10. Like I said, this was a really good album from Amine. And we did a reaction way back in the very beginning of the Patreon days to the album he did with K-Tronada. Yeah. And I was thinking that K-Tronada brought that vibe in. Apparently that's Amine's bag, period. Yeah. So he didn't disappoint with this project. So yeah, that's my 3. Number 17, Jim Legacy, Black British Music. Number 16, Westside Gunn, 12. And number 15, Amine, 13 Months of Sunshine.
Oh, that's a good ass album. Unfortunately, it didn't make my top 25, but it was damn close. It was damn close. So yeah, I really like that album a lot. So yeah, so you did your 3. All right, I'm gonna go into my next 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump back across the pond to artists that you just mentioned. My number 14 is Jim Legacy, Black British Music. That's my number 14. Like when I told you, I was like, bro, listen to this album, bro. Don't he sound like James Smith, bro? And he sound just like the British James Smith, though. Like it sound just like Iris and Sire. Both of those out, it sounds just like that, bro. And I mean, granted, I know more James Smith music than those two, but those are just the 2 standouts, in my opinion. So that's why I compared them to that so much. Because I'm just like, if you doing your production level like that, musicality, like that's what I fall in love with, that kind of shit. And Jim Legacy, I mean, he was rapping a little bit, but it's more so, like you said, melodic vibes, a lot of humming. The musicality and the production really carry the project. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Because as an artist, you're supposed to be able to create an atmosphere or a soundscape or a world to bring people into. And I think he did a great job with the sound, man. Jim Legacy, Black British Music. And then that was like low, like on the list. Like that was at like number like 148 or some shit like that. Like it was towards the bottom of the list. So we had to work all our way down to get to it. But When I got to it, I was very happy. I was satisfied with it. Standout project from him, man. I really enjoyed it. Production wise, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, even though it's not the strongest part of the album, I still liked what he did with it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Themes and concepts, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Musicality is the strongest point of the album. I gave it a 4.6. And replay value was a 4.5 for an overall score of 8.6 out of 10 at number 14. So, fire album from Jim Legacy. At number 13, we got Nick Grant. I took it personal. Nick Grant, like you said, lyrically, one of the best showcases with him and Mick Jenkins. Lyrically, like for 2025, hands down one of the best for sure. Like it's not. Well, I mean, it is close because some of my top 10 that can give them a run for their money. But overall, like great lyrical exhibition throughout the whole project. And when you was talking about it, I definitely agree with how he builds songs. He can be a little bit better with his actual song making. And when I think it's kind of hard for him to stay on topic a lot of times because even when he trying to get into some deep shit, it's always just like a random throwaway bar, like I fuck your bitch or some other shit. Like it always be something like that that'll just throw the whole shit. I don't know what it is with them Carolina niggas, but him and J. Cole had that same problem. Like they'll be rapping some fire shit and just throw a random ass wasted bar in there. It's just like, why did you even say that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I can't stop myself.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know why, and I think that's a problem that he has too. So when he get a better handle on that shit, like better song making, I think he'll be a much, better artist. I like the samples that he used.
Project that he put out last week.
Oh, Smile. Yeah, I haven't heard it. Oh, with that album, I tried to listen to the song you said with Ransom.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he removed Ransom and
Saha. Yeah.
Yeah, so they not on the song. Like after Mick Jenkins rap, it's just instrumental for the rest of the song.
Crazy word.
So
that means he didn't get clear, probably.
I'm just like, damn, like I could have y'all could either took this shit off or maybe chopped it. Cause like it's literally one verse and just like 2.5 minutes of instrumental. Just like what the fuck?
Ransom was too crazy. The industry said it couldn't come out.
I guess so, man. So I was looking forward to listening to that, man. So that was kind of messed up. But either way, like I took it personal. It was a great album, great rapping, production. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Lyricism 4.5. Themes and concepts I gave it a 4.1. Musicality I gave it a 4.3. Replay value I gave it a 4.4 for an overall score of 8.7 out of 10. So great project from Nick Grant. I go back to it all the time. So and let's see. So we're doing 3. That's 14, 13. So 12. I got Cardi B with Am I the Drama at number 12. I know this didn't really hit for you in terms of making your list. I know. But for me, this album got slaps. It got introspective. Cardi rapping better than she's ever rapped before. Not saying that this is like super top tier, but she's rapping better on that project, I feel, than any other showing she's done. The problem with the album, though, I feel it is a little bloated. Like if you cut out maybe like 5 or 6 of them songs on the back end and just make a tighter album, I think would have been a lot better. A lot of the songs towards that back end are a little redundant in terms of like you already got one of these type songs already in your first 10 to 11. Like you don't need this same song again. So I think that's kind of what makes the album, fall a little bit for me. But overall, the songs themselves are all fire to me. Like they fire, except for the Cash Cobain song. I don't like that song still to this day. I hate that shit. I don't like that song. But overall, I enjoyed Cardi on this album. She was able to get, so she was able to pop her shit. She was able to be a little bit vulnerable, but also keep, saying the girlies interested and hyped and things like that. So I rock with that, man. let's see. So for production, I gave it a 4.5. That's one of the strongest points of the album. I feel is the production. A lot of great beats on here. Lyricism, I gave it a 4. Themes and concepts, I gave it a 4.3. Musicality, I gave it a 4.5, and replay value, I gave it a 4.3 for overall score of. I thought it was 8.6 when I told you, but it was actually 8.7 when I actually looked at my list. I wasn't looking at my list when you had asked me that, but yeah, it was actually 8.7. So yeah, I got Cardi B at number 12, and let's see, did I do? Okay, no, that's 3. That's 3. So yeah, number 14, I got Jim Legacy, Black British Music. Number 13, I got Nick Green, I Took It Personal. And then number 12, I got Cardi B with Am I the Drummer.
Okay. At number 14, Producers Unite. Hit Boy and Alchemist, Goldfish.
Ooh, okay.
At number 14.
Yeah.
I had this album rated a 8.4 out of 10. I think I had like a 7-way tie at 8.4. Let me get to it. Let me see if I can find the ratings from. Where we at? Okay, so production. One of the better produced albums of the year. 4.5 out of 5 for Goldfish.
Yeah.
Musicality, musicality, 4.1. Lyricism, 4.1 as well. I feel like Alchemist had flows for yes, but it wasn't a lot of like bars and like what's my Hit Boy like had like style, but it wasn't a lot of bars for it. It was substance in a lot of the stuff he was saying, but it wasn't really like no bars to like elevate it to, that next level critique wise. Themes and concepts, it was just cool. It was just a flat, you know what I'm saying? But replay value, 4.2 out of 5. And themes and concepts was a flat 4. So like I said, it came in at an 8.4 out of 10. My next one at number 13, Von Wick, Ray Von, The Good, The Bad, and the Dollar Menu.
Okay.
8.4. I feel like this album, it was a good showing for him. In his like first like official album level release from TDE. It was a good, concise project. I think. Let me go to my ratings real quick. I think it's the last one on the first page. Production, one of the bigger parts of the project, 4.3. Musicality, 4.2. Lyricism, 4.2 as well. Themes and concepts, 4.3. And that's kind of like par for the course with TDE. They're going to make sure that there's a thread in the project because they rap about real life music. Or they make real life music, and replay value 4.1. I think like he just has room to grow as a songwriter as well. I do think this is the best collection of songs. These are probably the best songs he's made like this far in his career. I don't think there's a song from any earlier point in his career I would put on the album. I think it was maybe one song he put out on the TDE YouTube, and it's just one that I think I would put here. But other than that, I think this was a really good showing. It's just room to grow for him. He definitely has potential, so I'm eager to see how far he can go as a creative, because he can really rap. So yeah, I had him at an 8.4, and also coming in at 8.4 at number 12, back across the pond, Wretch 32 with Home, question mark.
Hey.
Yeah, this album in particular is the good night, buddy. Love you. Is the most soulful UK album I've ever heard.
Okay, I can see.
And I think by far, I love the reggae influence. I love the Skip Marley. I love that appearance. I love Peace and Love is probably one of my favorite songs of 2025.
Yeah.
I really like this album. I feel like he did very well having multiple conversations about what home is. So I really like this album conceptually. I like the sonics of it. I like, because that's generally one thing that I feel like we just don't get enough from UK artists, particularly the rappers. It don't be a lot of soul in their music. It be a lot of like craft, but like that like feel in my chest, like warm feeling I get from some of the artists, you know, stateside. I don't really get that. It just feels like it's especially like with artists like Gets, and I know he in jail now, but it just feel robotic at times. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, like
especially rapping on those drill beats all the time.
And when they introduce the other stuff, it feel like the song was brought to them, and they just rap their style on those songs. Everything on here feels native to him. All of this felt smooth, natural, and intentional. I really enjoyed this project, and this will be one of the projects I take with me going into 2027 and just finishing out this year, because we still got half the year to go. I had it at 8.4. So number 14, Hit Boy and the Alchemist, Goldfish. Number 13, Rayvon, The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu. And number 12, Rich 32, Home. Question mark. To the Batmobile. Go ahead with the 11 through 9.
All right, yeah. So we about to crack the top 10, y'all. So we finally up here at the big boys. So at number 11, I got my girl Chica. Wish she was here or there, however you want to interpret it. But I love this album, man. Shout out to Chica, man. I just really gravitated to this album because I felt her pain. Like I felt her experience, and in terms of like raising a son with autism right now. A lot of things that she raps about or things that made her scared and nervous, I can feel or I can see that in Kobe at the same time. So a lot of special songs like Stemming, even though it's an upbeat song, there's a lot of pain in that song when you really listen to it.
Good night, baby. I love you.
But yeah, just her coming into her own perspective of how she deals with self and how she navigates the world and how people help her navigate in terms of the connections that she makes with different people. And I know we talked about it when we did her interview, you know, her coming back home and, you know, her perspective on being home versus being, you know, wherever she was living at and things like that. It kind of really brought everything how I felt about the album into perspective for sure. And it's just a real personal album for me. I mean, of course, the album was good production wise, rapping wise. It's definitely there. It's a short project. I think it's 8 songs, but it gets straight to the point of everything that you need to know and feel about her in that moment in time. And that's why I loved it so much. Like it was like a half a percentage or half a point short of making the top 10 though, unfortunately. Only because I would say the albums in front of it had a lot more songs on it. That's pretty much the only thing that kind of kept it out of the top 10. Like the albums ahead of it just had more music to dive into versus 8 versus 16 or 17, things like that. So that's the only reason I really kept it out of the top 10 for me. It's just the albums above it just had more songs that I was able to like versus 8, you know. But still a standout project from Chica. I heard her new song, Gap in the Clouds, that she dropped. Fire song. If that's the perspective or angle that she's going with, I'm excited to hear it because that's my kind of bag. So I really like that song. If y'all see the song on your streaming services or whatever y'all listen to, go run it up. Gap in the Clouds from Chica. Production wise, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I feel so her lyricism on this album is very underrated. And I'm not just saying that because we talked to her before, she be supporting. I'm not even saying just because of that. I'm saying it literally because it's sneaky ass lyricism on this album. I think people, miss on this shit. So yeah, 4.5 for lyricism. Themes and concepts, which is the strongest point of the album, I gave it a 4.7 out of 5. Musicality, I gave it a 4.3. And replay value, I gave it a 4.3 for an overall score of 8.7 out of 10. So Chica, Wish You Was Here, standout project at number 11. So now we're cracking the top 10. At number 10, we got McKinley Dixon with Magic Alive. This album was an extremely slow burn for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me a long time to really gravitate and like this project. I just don't know what it was. I don't know if just because I listened to so much music, I just wasn't really able to click with it, or I just maybe wasn't in the right space to listen to it. Like I was made an FD75 for a long ass time. Like you hyped this album up, I was expecting it to be good, and at first I'm like, this shit is whack. But the longer I sat with the album and long time passed, I was able to really connect to like him and this project. Like he kind of got, I don't know if this is his style entirely because this is my first time ever listening to McKinley Dixon. But this album, he kind of reminds me of a more focused JPEG Mafia, like how he was rapping on this album. Because he had another artist on here that he collaborated with a lot called Teller Banks. And Teller Banks is damn near JPEG Mafia, like pretty much. So they were just going back and forth, rapping like that over really soulful instrumentation on this album. Like the musicality is one of these standouts of this album, I feel. Like all the jazz and fusions and the saxophones and the OBs that's playing, like it just puts me in a different space when I listen to it. And it is sneaky rapping in here as well. But I enjoy this project now for sure. I'm like, oh no, this shit tough. It is really, really good. Production, I gave it, I didn't switch this around. Production, I gave it a 4.5 out of 10. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.3 out of 10. Themes and concepts, I gave it a 4.1. Musicality, a 4.5. And replay value, I gave it a 4.3 for overall score of 8.7 out of 10. So great project from McKinley Dixon. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going back to it at some point, but one of the standout albums for me. So that's my number 10. And my number 9 is Nas and DJ Premier with Light Years. I heard all the hate on this album, and I know you mentioned something about the production and, as far as not really catering to Nas' style. But to me, even though I do agree that Nas fits better on a lot of faster BPMs and things like that, I think what he did on this project on the slower beats was still top tier, in my opinion. Like, it was definitely enough for me to be able to enjoy what he put out. Like, the slower beats didn't hinder the lyricism. It didn't hinder the content of the songs, I feel. And I think that's what stands out for me. I don't understand why people hated on it that much, though. Like, people was really shitting on this album like Nas is, falling off or some shit. I'm like, bro, like, what are y'all hearing exactly? Because Nas is still going crazy on this album. I didn't connect with the hate. I didn't. Bless you. So I gave it an 8.7 out of 10 overall. Production, I gave it a 4.5. Lyricism is a 4.7 out of 10. Themes and concepts, 4.5. Musicality, I gave it a 4 out of 5. And replay value, I gave it a 4 out of 5 for overall score of 8.7. So, yeah, I love this album. It was, after maybe about 3 listens, I already knew it was going to be in my top 10 at that point in time. Like, it stayed in my top 10 and it never moved. Now, it moved in my top 10 because at one point it was like number 7. But then it kind of went down a little bit. Then it went back up and it went back kind of down a little bit. But I think at number 9 for me is the best place for it. So number 9, I got Nas with DJ Premier with Light Years. Number 10, I got McKinley Dixon with Magic Alive. And number 11, I got Chica with Wish You Were Here. So those are my 3.
Okay. At number 11, I have Florida native, fresh out of Broward. Some of us lose at number 11. I think he's kind of been on a similar trajectory to like Wale of like a self rediscovery in music over his like last 3 to 4, maybe even 5 projects, like dating back to like 2018. I think with Trust the Process, I think that was like the start of working to where we are now with Ace Hood, and then like going back to Wale 2018, 2019, going into, you know, making Wow That's Crazy, and things of that nature. And now we get Everything Is a Lot. And I just feel like they've had like a similar maturation process musically. And I feel like in some instances they're operating at the best that they have in their career. And Ace Hood in particular has like struck this beautiful balance between like the turn up music that he makes and like the intentional content that he makes now. Intentional content that he puts in his music now. So the turn up is more so of a celebration of purpose than just making songs that have energy for the sake of energy. So now it's like, okay, I can play this at the gym, but Ace Hood telling you the reason for going to the gym. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm working out like now because I understand that my body is a vessel given to me by God. So I appreciate it in the debt I'm repaying by going to the gym. So it's like, you know, it's a dope album, man. What was it? Georgia Lyric. Cried. Beautiful song. This is a great album from Ace. Not even just a great Ace Hood album. This is a great album. And I stand on it firm that if not for certain politics, his peak would have been Meek Mill's peak.
I can see that.
I stand on that. I feel like DJ Khaled fumbled Ace Hood, but that process of him finding himself helped him become the person he is now, doing the independent grind and making the type of music that resonates the most with him. Because I think if he was still super mainstream, they'd be pushing him for another Hustle Hard or
Bugatti.
Yeah. When he's making Georgia Lyrics, and it's a series of songs on that album. Like the whole album, just the intro, Some of Us Lose. You know what I mean? It's a really, really good album. And I think it's indicative of how much he's developed as an artist. So let me go into number 10. Cracking the top 10. I have Dave, the boy who played the harp, at number 10, with an 8.4. On the first listen, I think some of the songs that stood out kind of slanted or like skewed how I felt about the album in its totality. But listening to the album in its full runtime, some of the songs do like more heavy lifting, but overall, it's still a really good album. But like I say, with the UK artists, like when they start to try to get outside of like that hyper rap bag, if they don't have that side, it just doesn't resonate well. I do like the Tim song. I really like the Tim's record. But it just didn't get to that next point for me to like really be what I thought it was on first listen. But production, 4 out of 5. Musicality, 4.1. Lyricism and themes and concepts, collectively, the strongest points of the album, both come in at 4.5 out of 5. The song that talked about the misogyny and just basically rape culture and patriarchy, as it relates to women in the UK. I thought it was an extremely powerful song. The title track, probably the most powerful song on the record. The song with Kano, dope song. The symbolism behind the actual title of that song and the meaning that it had, crazy. So yeah, that was a really good album. Good staying power. It stayed in the top 10 all year. But it just landed at number 10. And number 9, another album that like started off really high, but like came down as the year progressed. Jid, God Does Like Ugly.
Okay.
At number 9 with another 8.4. And the way that because I have like a series of ties, like I have a series of 8.1s, 8.2s, 8.3s, 8.4s that are ties. And the way that I was able to break it up, I would use like replay value as like the final. And if it was like tied at replay value, I would pull in musicality. So basically at that point, it's just like which album did I enjoy the most in this series of ties? So yeah, I had Jid at number 9, 8.4. Jid is rapping really well. It's well produced. It's a more loose album, conceptually for sure, but also just like laid back than the Forever Story. He's showcasing that he can make different types of music. You know what I mean? I really like What We Own with Don Toliver. It's some more songs on there, but that song, like I love playing that song, and I just love what he was able to do on it. I like the Skate record. I like the record with Jesse Reyes. I like Of Blue, which is my favorite song on the album. Shout out to the producers. We interviewed them back in January, I think. I can't remember when that was, but
that one last year, was it?
I can't remember. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a really good album. I'm not sure if I still think it's better than the Forever Story. I think I might even enjoy. I think it's a better musical display, but like as a full-bodied album, I think I may be reverting back to the Forever Story being a better body of work. But yeah, it's still a good showing from Jid. I really liked VCRs with Vince Staples. One of my favorite songs of 2025. I like Community with Clips. They did a really good job. But yeah, so this is a good album, and hearing it live definitely gives you, a glimpse into how well it was musically and production wise, and just how good of a rapper Jid is. But yeah, that's my 11. Ace Hood, Some of Us Lose, or Soul for short, 8.4. Dave, the boy who played the harp, at number 10. And at number 9, Jid with God Does Like Ugly.
Okay. All right. Back to me. So we're doing 8 through 6. Okay. So my number 8.
No, we're gonna do 8 through 5 because now we can do it split up in the last 8, so we can do last 4.
Okay. So 8 through 5. Okay.
And then from 4 to 1, we'll go back and forth.
Okay. All right. So at number 8, as you just mentioned, Ace Hood with Soul at number 8. You one of the few people that I know that really fuck with Ace Hood. Like I do. I think you probably fuck with him even more. But even still, the fact that you appreciate Ace Hood as much as I do, that makes me happy to hear you talk about Ace the way you do. Because I've always felt that way about Ace. From the very first album that I heard him with Ride, with Trey Songz and all that, like the potential's there, bro. He got it. But then, like you said, he really, whatever that life-changing event was where he had a different change of perspective, the music changed and the music got better. And I appreciate it more in my older age because I'm trying to truly find purpose in life and making sure I'm living and walking by my purpose. And every song that he makes now, it feels like it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. And like you said, like you did a great example of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to make a workout song, but the song is really telling you why I made the decision to go to the gym. Like you said, as a respect to God giving me this body as my temple. And I really appreciate that because I really I'm trying to adopt that same mindset with me actually going back to the gym and working out and getting back to a place where I really want to be at. So Ace Hood definitely did that. The first time I heard this album, I'm like, oh, this top 10. And he never moved out my top 10 for sure. Like Ace Hood is definitely one of the ones. Production, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, a 4.5. Themes and concepts, a 4.4. Musicality, a 4. Replay value, of 4.5. For an overall score of 8.7 out of 10 for Ace Hood with Soul. Some of Us Lose. Fantastic album. And I mean, I'm just not gonna take no hate from nobody else on Ace Hood. I'm not. You're not gonna hate on Ace Hood around me, bro. It just it is what it is. So
hold on, real quick. Let me do my scores for Jid. I didn't do it. My fault.
okay, go ahead.
Production 4.2 out of 5. Musicality 4.3. Lyricism 4.3. Themes and concepts, which is what separated it from the Forever Story, 4.1, and replay value 4.2 out of 5.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All right, so for my number 7, this is the album that had a late surge for me. It was already in my top 25, but it was a late surge and it made my top 10. It was hovering around 13, 14 range for a long time. But at number 7, I got Conway the Machine, but Can't Kill God with Bullets. Bro, this album is so fucking tough, bro.
Real quick.
That album is so fucking tough, man. Like, he rapping his ass off, but he's also rapping with a purpose, I feel. Like, he done went through a lot of shit, apparently. And a lot of shit that people don't know or understand. And he's really just trying to basically separate himself from bullshit, pretty much. Because he was like, it lost a child, bro. And you could feel the pain when he's rapping in that song, bro. And whatever else that he's going through, like, you can feel it in the music. So I was instantly drawn to it just initially. But when I really just sat down and listened to, like, how he was rapping, I kind of see what you said, the Drake comparison a little bit. But even still, like, Drake don't rap with the heart like that.
Oh, no, I was just purely talking about, like, that particular style. And it was really just on that, I think, the first song, the intro. It sounded like a Drake intro a little bit.
Yeah. So, but either way, like
New York niggas. So,
yeah,
Drake really rap like that version of Conway and not the other way around.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this album, man. Like I said, it was in my top 25 already. But like I said, it just, I don't know, it just had a late surge for me, man. I was like, nah, this is where it should properly be at in my top 10. So production wise, I got 4.5 out of 5. Lyricism, I got a 4.3. Things and concepts, I got a 4.3. Musicality, I got a 4.3. Replay value of 4.5 for an overall score of 8.8 out of 10 for Conway. Can't Kill God with Bullets, man. Fantastic album. At number 7. And you said we do it to 6, right? No, we're doing the 5.
Yeah, we're doing the 5. From
Okay.
8 to 5. So 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in my number 6, we got my dog, Ray Vaughn. The Good, the Bad, and the Dollar Million. Like, I definitely agree with you when you said he definitely has room to grow still. But I think the rawness of this album for me was enough alone. And then if you tack on the musicality and how he rapping and song structure, you know what I'm saying? It just makes it even better for me. But just the rawness of it was enough to captivate me every time I listened to it. And I was already starting to like Ray Vaughn, but this album made me a fan of Ray Vaughn. Like, I was like, okay, Ray Vaughn, he cool. He got a couple looses here and there. Like, okay, he cool. But now I am a Ray Vaughn fan after this album, bro. Ray Vaughn really did his thing. TDE, they have proven time and time again their track record of cultivating artists, they have not missed, bro. They haven't. So whatever they doing, it works, bro. So I'm not gonna question none of the shit they got going on over there, because every artist that they presented has come with some kind of quality body of work, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. whatever. How many albums? They always produce quality from over there on that side. So and Rayvon is no different, and I see only better for him as he goes forward. This album is actually the first 9 out of 10 on my list. I gave it an overall 9 out of 10. Production, I gave it a 4.4 out of 5. Lyricism, a 4.5. Themes and concepts, the strongest point of the album, 4.6. Musicality, I gave it a 4.4. And replay value, I gave it a 4.5. So, like I said, an overall score of 9 out of 10. Fantastic album. It was like hovering in this range right here, 5 to 6 for a long time. But I just kind of settled on it being at 6 because the album that I'm about to talk about next. At number 5, we got Wale. Everything is a Lot. Listen, man. This shit was that close to being at like number 2 for me, bro. Like, this album keeps getting better for me over time. Like, the more I listen to it, the more I like this album more and more, which further proves that with Wale, of course, it's on another run. But musically, his discography, coming out of that same blog era, he leading the pack for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, well, outside of Kendrick. But yeah, outside of Kendrick, Wale is right there at number 2 for me. Like, I don't think there's no other artist that came out the blog era that has a better discography than him other than Kendrick. Outside of that, Wale got it, bro. You got Ambition, The Gifted, The Album About Nothing, Forlorn 2, Wild as Crazy. This album, Shine is an underrated sleeper, but it's not my favorite, but it's still an underrated sleeper, in my opinion. Like, he got so many good-ass albums, though. In each project, well, I'm not going to say he's rapping better. I think he's rapping about the same. He's always rapped, but the musicality, I feel, has gotten better. Like, he's found his pocket of the type of music that he wants to make. In terms of like the samples that he uses, a lot of 90s R&B a lot of the time, and he does so good in that pocket, bro. Like, and it is nothing wrong with finding your place, your sound, and when you just keep going with it, making it better as time goes on. That's called honing your skills, bro. And now at this point, I just feel like he's like a master of his style at this point.
Yeah,
like I don't see him regressing at any point if he stays doing what he's doing. He's can only get better, in my opinion. So this album's another 9 out of 10 for me. Production wise, I gave it a 4.9. It's a very, very strong point of the album. Like, production is top tier for me. Lyricism, I gave him a 4.4. He's rapping good, but he's not rapping like the greatest. I feel it's more so kind of like a balance between rapping, singing, and just the overall vibe of the album. But it's still high enough that I gave it a 4.4. Things and concepts, I gave it a 4. Musicality, a 4.5. Replay value of 4.7. Every day going up slightly. It's going to eventually hit a 5 out of 5. But as of right now, I got it at 4.7 for overall score of 9 out of 10. Wale, fantastic album, hands down. So let's see, let me go back. So at number 8, I got Ace Hood with Some of Us Lose. Number 7, I got Conway the Machine, Can't Get Caught with Bullets. At number 6, I got Rayvon, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu. And at number 5, I got Wale, Everything Is a Lot.
Okay, let's see. Number 8.
Yeah.
Saba, No ID, Private Collection.
Okay.
Also, and this album is at an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I feel like with this album, Saba displayed a lot of the traits that have him as one of my preferred artists of the like neo blog era. I really like what he was doing. I like the I feel like he did a lot with a little. I feel like he did the most with the like middling tier of like, especially like budget. And I think that's probably in part to having No ID produce the entire project. The song that we said, during the reaction that, we wish would have been more.
The Kelly Rowland song.
It makes it feels better. You know what I mean? Like I'm not tripping off of it as much as I would have initially, because the album in itself like kind of speaks to minimalism. Okay. So like having them for backing vocals makes sense as opposed to like a full blown Kelly Rowland verse. You know what I mean? She was just an audio, like she's just a vocal compliment more so than having her own independent thing in the song. But let me find a rating. Yeah, Sebastian. Young Sebastian back in office. Okay, here we go. Production, 4.2 out of 5. Musicality, 4.3. Lyricism, 4.3. Themes and concepts, 4.1. And replay value, 4.4 out of 5, which comes to an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't super duper thematically rich, but the song that I really liked, I think it was The Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
One of the better thematic songs of 2025, along with Diller, User. It was on Nick Grant album. It was
Product Diller, User.
Yeah, Product Diller, User. Those were two of the best like conceptual tracks of last year. So yeah, I definitely appreciated that. And Smino whooped his ass on the outro.
Whoop feet.
Badly. Like Smino is like that nigga, like a holographic Mewtwo, bro. Like everything, like verse for verse. He may be pound for pound one of the best like verse makers in rap right now. Like he get on a song with whatever style and he's smacking your head off. Like if I'm not mistaken, he was on the Mine too.
Yeah, he was.
Whooped his ass, like whooped his ass, bro. Like bad. And then he was on a song with Mick Jenkins sometime last year. He stood head to toe with a incredible Mick Jenkins lyrical performance. Like incredible. But let's go to the next one. At number 7, speaking of Mick Jenkins, Murder of Crows.
You said at number 7?
Yes.
Okay, that sounded about right. Well, Mick I thought you
Jenkins, Murder of Crows, 8.6 out of 10. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, I have this as the best lyrical performance of 2025. And yes, I do. Okay. Production value, 4.1. Musicality, 4. Lyricism, 4.8 out of 10. Okay. 4.8 out of 10. Themes and concepts, 4.3. Replay value, 4.2. But like you said, workman's comp, things I should have said. Let me pull up, because this is the only one that I really feel like I want to pull up the
words I should have said, workers comp, pundits.
Okay.
I think you said you like pundits, if I remember right.
Let's see. I got it. Words I should have said, workers comp, pundits, but more so dead stock. Mm-hmm. Coco Golf, Bigger Than Ever. I think Move was dope too. Like
shit, all on.
He is, bro. He is a phenomenal rapper, bro. Mm-hmm. He is a phenomenal fucking rapper, bro. The way that he chain punches and like will run an entire scheme, like the nigga will be like, what the nigga said? I'm not the type that carry on. I hate flying. you can't guilt trip me with that baggage. Like he'll do that and just have line after line after line. Like he's so intricate in what he's saying, and it's not just punching for the sake of punching. He's still telling a streamlined story, and that makes it even better. You know what I'm saying? So like for just a lyrical performance, bro, this shit was amazing. Like
Yeah.
I don't even have enough kudos to get that nigga for his pen, bro. Like I said it a couple weeks ago. Mick Jenkins got a top 3 pen in rap.
Yeah.
Period. And like what also solidified it for me was how bad he whooped Absol ass on that track that came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
He whooped his ass.
The track I sent you? Yeah.
Beat his ass. But you didn't listen to the other track on the EP. That was the one that Smino was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that song just came up. I'll listen to other songs.
But yeah, Mick Jenkins he is a phenomenal wordsmith. This was really good. I think production value wise, I think I like the Patience better, just production wise. But like rapping wise, this nigga is he's really like somewhere by himself. Like I don't know who, like as far as like that type of rap, who I'm putting him next to, maybe Lupe. You know, I think just as far as just raw rapping, like I don't know, bro. He's definitely top 3 though. So I would probably say like Kendrick at his peak, and like his favorite rapper is Kendrick too. So probably Kendrick at his peak. Like, but it's a different type of rapping. But I think Kendrick showed some of that early on. Like if you go back and listen to not Murder, but Ignorance is Bliss, Kendrick is rapping in this style.
Okay.
He said, if I tell you like I can't remember, but yeah, Ignorance is Bliss demonstrates Mick Jenkins style. But yeah, this nigga is super elite, bro. Like I really just don't have enough words. Like he's an amazing rapper, bro. And I feel like he don't get the credit he deserves, which is probably why I'm like hanging on this album so much and just his performance as a lyricist. But going to number 6, this one made its way into the top 10. I thought it was gonna end up where he ended up in 2025, around 13, but something happened and it made its way into the top 10. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2.
Okay.
I was pleasantly surprised on the playback, you know, getting ready to make to iron out the list. And he was getting off, bro. He really was. He was getting off on this album. It's one of the better produced albums of the year. It's right up there. I think a couple of songs like Enchilada, Gold Feet take it like that step above Goldfish.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because those are 2 projects that were at least co-produced by The Alchemist. So production, 4.5 out of 10. I mean, 4.5 out of 5. I don't know why I keep doing that. Musicality, 4.3. Lyricism, like you've been saying all night, like sneaky, 4.4 out of 5. Themes and concepts, like the way that he was structuring these songs conceptually, 4.2 out of 5. And replay value, this is one of the stronger albums of his of recent. Replay value wise, 4.4 out of 5. And I had this album rated at an 8.7 out of 10. This is his best album since Alfredo.
Okay.
And I can confidently say that. So Bandana, Alfredo 1, Alfredo 2, hell of a 3. And that's all since 2020. So shout out to Freddie Gibbs, man. I feel like he made Soul separately to make this. And the other album, I can't remember the name of it.
Was it the Mad Lib album?
Nuh-uh. Soul separately, and it was another one that came out last year. I can't remember the name. No, Soul separately was last year, but it was one that came out before that. I can't remember the name. But anyway, he made those 2 albums so he can make this.
Okay.
And I think
That was number 6 for you one.
Yeah, so number 5. I did not want to like this album, bro. I did not. Little Sims, Lotus.
Wow.
I did not want to like this album.
Wow. No, number 5?
I did not want to like this album, bro.
Bruh, Skip, listen, y'all. No, I gotta say this shit. Skip hated this fucking album, y'all. I'm telling y'all, bro.
And the thing about it was, I hated the first song. Like, I couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
For a month. I hated Thief.
Yeah.
I hated that song. Like, it was to the point where I was listening to it over and over and over and over, just trying to like see what she was putting down.
Yeah.
It was so jarring in this weird way. But like one day, it's like, okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. So we reset and then we work our way through the album. Great lyrical performances, great musicality. But let me find my
yeah, like I knew, because I remember we was talking about it. I knew eventually it was gonna probably make your list or probably be real close to it.
Mm-hmm.
But number 5, based on what the journey that we came from with this album, I didn't expect that. So kudos to you, bro. Like, gotta be great. I like the album too, but I wouldn't have put it at number 5, especially the way we was talking about it.
So. But what you had it rated though?
8.5.
I'm at an 8.7, so it ain't really too far off.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said I feel though this year was better than 24, because the amount of quality albums in the batch that we listened to will stand out, and the ratings are not that far from each other. Like a lot of my ratings, a lot of these albums are the same rating, and like half a point is separating them.
Mm-hmm.
And then even outside of the top 25, the number 26 is an 8.3 out of 10. Going into all it, like I didn't have a 7 anything until number 49, bro. So to me, like that's just so crazy to me compared to 24. The 24, I'm sorry, it's the big name album for the big artists were really big. They were really good.
Yeah. But after 25, it was already in the 7s.
Yeah, that shit was dead. So, nah, man. So it makes sense. Like, I'm not mad at you having it at number 5. It just I didn't expect it to be that high. That's all.
This album fought for its right to party.
Hell yeah.
Fought for itself. Production, which was surprising. 4.4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Musicality, especially after Thief, 4.2 out of 5. Lyricism, we know Simbi always showing up to rap. 4.4 out of 5. Themes and concepts. This is a great conceptual album. And even songs within themselves with how they're built conceptually, like standalone tracks was great as well. 4.5 out of 5. Replay value, 4.2 out of 5 to give me the final score of 8.7 out of 10. Shout out to Lil Sims.
And you pretty much said the same thing I said, because like I said, those first like 2 or 3 songs were really rough. It was definitely like leftovers from Drop 7. But then after that, that album's strong as fuck after that. I ain't gonna
still, like with Thief, like once I got it, like once it clicked to, okay, I just had to get into this like punk. Like I had to get there. Like I had to turn into Buddy from Into the Spider-Verse. Like I had to turn into him. I can't remember his name. Not Spot. The dude that Daniel Kaluuya was voicing. That was like the revolutionary spider person. But anyway.
Okay.
I don't want to miss it due to the analogy. But the point
the spider punk dude with the
Okay,
gotcha. Okay.
So when I listened to it, and I was like, Thief. And you know what it means. Like I like it now. Like I just it diverts so much from like damn near everything else on the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why did you lie?
She was, she was mad as fuck at that nigga, bro.
Yeah, she hates him, and it's not like he deserved it. He really deserved it. He kind of low key like fucked her career up a little bit and her life, so he deserved all this smoke he got.
Yeah,
Drake should listen to this to how to properly kick a nigga back in.
Yeah,
but number 8, Saba and No ID.
Yeah,
from the Private Collection. Number 7, Hobie, yeah, Mick Jenkins, Murder of Crows. Number 6, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2. Number 5, Lil Sims, Lotus. And you're gonna do your 4. I'm gonna do my 4. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right. We in the top 5, well, top 4 now. So we get to the end. So at number 4, this album stood the test of time for me. It was always a top 10 or top 5 album for me. It just once I listened to it like 2 or 3 times, like it just stuck. So at number 4, I got Dave, the boy who played the heart. And I think a lot of this is due to just me being a fan of him personally. Like, because I've heard like 2 or 3 of his other albums leading up to this. And I really like Dave, bro. Dave, he can fucking rap. He can make a conceptual album. But with this album, I feel like he was trying to expand his palette in terms of actually making some songs that can cross over, like the Tam song that's being played on the radio now as a crossover hit. And I think that was really the last Infinity song that he needed to really make himself a complete artist that can last. That if you can make hits, you good deal, because he already has the conceptual stuff down. The technical rapping is down. He already got those things down pat at this point. And with him being so cultured and him being so tied to his heritage and his family, the things that he raps about, it comes through in the music every single time. And that's what I really enjoyed about that. Like, it makes me feel like I'm not as cultured as I could or should be. But I know you broke it down to me as to why, it seems that way. So I understand that. But I like somebody having so much pride in themselves and where they come from and who they are. It makes me respect them because they understand what makes them them. Even though he's still young and trying to figure the shit out still, he has a good core at the end of the day. And that's what I fuck with heavy. So this album was another 9 out of 10 for me. Production, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.7 out of 5. Themes and concepts, the strongest point of the album, which is also kind of like a double-edged sword because, yes, it's always been a top 10 or top 5 album for me. But what makes the album so good is also kind of what makes the replay value go down a little bit because it is a stretch of the album where the topics were very heavy. It is not really something I would really want to listen to all the time because it's always going to take me back into that emotional state. So especially the song we talked about misogyny and, protecting women, not saying that song is good. It's fucking amazing, but it's so heavy, bro. And the emotion that they put into that song, like it's going to bring me down every time I listen to it. So out of the albums in my top 10, ironically enough, this is probably the album I listened to the least, but I left the most with it, if that makes more sense. Like, I left the most with this album, but I probably listened to it the least because it just, towards that back half, it just get real heavy for me. So, but I can still respect it to where quality-wise, top 5 for me is the lowest it can go for me. Like, when people were talking about how good this album was and we needed to react to it, I was hoping it was the case. Like, it was really going to be like that. And it surpassed all my expectations for me. So, Dave, the boy who played the harp at number 4, fire album, bro.
Okay. Number 4, we getting into big dog territory. I was not expecting this album to get where it got. Pleasantly surprised. And that expectation or lack thereof was before I pressed play. Because once I pressed play, and maybe got 3 songs in. I was like, something's different this time. So my number 4, Conway the Machine. Can't kill God with bullets.
Yes, sir.
When I tell you, I not only think this is quite possibly the best Conway album, this may also be the best album to come out of Griselda.
Yeah.
It may really be the best album to come out of Griselda. He tackled so much on this album. He tackled grief. He tackles his label issues. He tackles where he sees himself in the industry. He tackles relationships that exist now, non-existent. He also kind of like talks about his relationship with his Griselda mates.
Yeah.
He talks about so much. The production is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing production. Great song sequencing. Great fucking rapping. I don't care what nobody say. This his best album.
Yeah.
Like I've heard I've heard a lot of Conway over the last 6 years or so.
Yeah.
It's his best album to me. I don't think it's like a long shot, but I can definitively say, in my honest 36-year-old opinion, this is Conway's best album and quite possibly the best album that come out of Zelda. My ratings are as such, if I can find it. My bad. Production, 4.5 out of 5. Musicality, 4.3 out of 5. Lyricism, one of the better lyrical performances of the year, 4.6. Themes and concepts, which is surprising and which pushed it up, 4.4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Replay value for a lengthy Griselda cut, 4.4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Final rating, 9 flat out of 10. This is an amazing album, bro. Shout out to Conway, bro.
Yeah.
And shout out to the production team too. They did a fantastic job. And whoever helped him sequence this album.
Shit. Well, I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be West Side, but I don't know because the way he was talking about them niggas on there, I don't know if he fuck with them niggas like that for real.
Yeah. Somebody gave him a short end of a stick on the label side.
Yeah.
He in a nasty deal.
And it sounded like he got more smoke for Benny than he do West Side. I mean, I think he got smoke for both. But I think he don't really fuck with Benny at all.
I think it's whoever brought him in to get him signed.
Okay.
Because they put him on a fucked up deal.
Yeah.
And they demanding albums. And he like, my daughter just died. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? I'm depressed, nigga. I don't want to rap.
Yeah.
But yeah, great album, bro. What you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got your boy, Dreamville native, Jid. God Does Like Ugly.
I had almost forgot what you like. Hold on, nigga. What you talking
about? Nah, Jid, God Does Like Ugly. For me, this has been a top 5 album the entire time. It did not fall out the top 5 at any point. I mean, it was number 5 at one point, but then Wale surged up, and then I don't know. I just kind of really fuck with the Jid at one point in time. I know you said the Forever Story may be his best work. Personally, I like this album more, just for the mere fact that he was able to show more musicality and show more expansion of his artistry. The thing that we wanted him to do. That was the main thing I wanted him to do because I didn't need him to rap no better than what he's already rapping amazing. He can fucking rap. I already know that. But can you make good songs? And he did that, and a lot. Shout out to Sue Sir. He did this shit in a lot, okay? And I think he tackled everything that I needed or wanted from him to do, and he did it on this album. Great production, 4.5 out of 5. Lyricism, I gave it a 4.3. Things of concepts, I gave it a 4.3. Musicality is the strongest point of this album, ironically enough, because he made good with the samples that was used. The beats were fantastic, but also just these songs themselves are good, actual standalone songs. Like, especially you got songs like Skate. That's a standout single for me. I don't know why that song is not bigger than what it is, but
Hey, Cole fault.
Skate should be one of them songs that you hear on the radio every fucking day. If the baby can get that shit played on the radio every hour on the album, Skate should be in the same category. I don't care what nobody said. That shit is hard.
He's pushing his song a lot though.
I
Jid
understand.
didn't do that.
He
Like
did.
the baby, like starting challenges and getting the women involved, the influencers, so they're pushing the song more. There was no push for that record, and that's why I say it's J. Cole's fault.
Yeah, like it really was no push on any of the records. Like the songs that did stand out, like VCR, Community, Of Blue, those songs just stood out because of his fans, reposting and talking about it on YouTube. But it didn't really hit outside of, his normal demographic. And I know we had a discussion about what is success for Jid. Because like ultimately, yes, he did a great job with this album, but did it move him anywhere? And I was talking like I don't think it moved him any further than what he already was. I mean, granted, he just kind of proved to us that he can make better music, but I don't think it pushed him no further than what he already was. And we were talking like maybe success for him is where he is. Maybe he just wants to cultivate a smaller fan base and just keep growing it that way. And it's not saying there's anything wrong with it, but the rate of return on that is not very high. Like you're going to get the same kind of, turnout every single time for the most part. Like, don't you want to see yourself grow in some capacity, But I don't know. I mean, I can't really speak for him.
I think he at where he gonna be.
Yeah.
Which is successful. So, but yeah, I think people comparing him to Kendrick created a barometer that he was just never gonna meet.
But also, I just feel as though Dreamville didn't do a good job also with managing him and putting any focus on him for real. Like it's a combination of both things. Like I think Dreamville is at fault, but I also think it's just like I said, his mindset. Like I said, I think he's good where he's at, and he doesn't really think he has to be anything greater. So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, as long as the music's good, and as long as you still rapping at a high clip, I'm not gonna say shit. It is what it is.
What would the next level for Jid be?
I don't know.
What's I'm saying, like, what's the next grouping that he goes into? Like of rappers.
I don't know why.
Because I think he is at his peak. In all actuality, I think he is at his peak.
Yeah, because I don't know if I want to put him in the same category as a Wiz or a Big Sean or
them niggas got huge mega hits. He was never gonna get there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I think he is where he's gonna be at this point. So
yeah, I think he's in that relative bubble before big mainstream success. And that bubble is really like thick. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like a lot of different levels to that like overground. Like he's at the one of the top levels of the overground. Like without a super big commercial hit, he's not popping that bubble. He'll get stuck in it, but he can't pop it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about a Wiz, you think about a mega classic mixtape in
Cushion Orange Juice.
Orange Juice. First album, Black and Yellow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like big single.
I'm on my level.
I'm on my level. You get the he did a movie with Snoop. They had their own thing. Like his brand grows. He does See You Again, which is I think that song is diamond. You know what I mean? It's not even fair to compare him to him. Like Big Sean got I Don't Fuck With You. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like doing songs with fucking Hove in his early 20s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like it's not even fair. You know what I mean? So like I think and that's why I wanted to put it in perspective right here while we had the opportunity, because that next level that we're thinking he should be at, it's so far from
Yeah.
where he is. You know what I mean? Like his first week for the Forever Store was like 30,000. This one was between 31 and 34. You talking about Big Sean at his peak? If I'm not mistaken, like let's see, Dark Sky, and we're gonna finish up. But I just Paradise. First. Dark Sky Paradise did 173 first week. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. Like it's a quadruple his best. Well, really 5 times his best first week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's so far from that quote unquote next level that we really should like celebrate him at
Like
where because this is his peak for real. The only thing is get better. He won't get bigger.
Okay, that's cool. And you know what? I'm good with that. And that's why I feel so that I got this album rated as high as it is, because he showed me enough that the stuff that I was missing from the Forever Story, he gave it to me on this album. So shout out to G. This is, regardless of what we're saying about his trajectory, this still is a fantastic album in my opinion. I gave it overall a 9.1 out of 10. Production, I gave it a 4.5. Lyricism, a 4.3. Things that come to us, a 4.3. Musicality, like I said, strongest point, it's a 4.8. And replay value is a 4.5. So 9.1 out of 10 for Jid. Hit my number 3.
Okay. My number 3. Coming in at a 9 out of 10. Chance the Rapper, Starline.
Okay.
Incredible album. Also, great lyrical display.
Yes.
Great production value. This is just an all-around great album and a great return to form for Chance. And this may even be his best album.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's not. I didn't listen to all his albums now. This is by far his best album.
Cause I never really caught the hype of Coloring Book. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
I never got the hype of that. But production wise, 4.5 out of 5. It's some amazing. Like the one thing I will say about Chance, I think whatever Kanye, well, really, we know now that Kanye was stealing from Chance. Like the whole Life of Pablo era was him stealing from Chance.
Yeah.
So now we see what those sounds would have been fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
With Starline. Like this is what the Life of Pablo was supposed to be if Kanye wasn't so devoid of humanity. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4.5 out of 5 production, musicality, 4.6, lyricism, 4.5, themes and concepts, 4.5, replay value, 4.4. That Tree song is garbage.
It's atrocious, yeah.
It is garbage. With like that song, Gun in Your Purse, which is cool. And I think it was one more song stopped it from probably being
Burn the Block.
Yeah. It was just like they cool, but like then you got like the Future song, you got the like it's just brother album is so crazy.
Space and Time, Link in the Future.
God. Oh my God, bro.
Speed of Light, Speed of Love.
Bro, No More Old Men, Letters. Like this album is insane. Like when it's operating at its full capacity, it's some of the best music of 2025. But to have that song with Wayne, I don't care what the tree is supposed to symbolize. That song should not have made this album.
That shit was ass.
And it went in like a crazy Wayne verse on a bad song.
Like it was some looses that he dropped before this. One of them could have replaced this shit. The Tree song. Like it's I agree. Like that shit fucked up the album. It really did. But you got it at number 3.
Yep, number 3 at 9 out of 10. Chance the Rapper, Chance Coloring Book. I saw somebody talking about it. Chance the Rapper, Starline.
Okay. All right. Well, my number 2, drum roll, is Chance the Rapper with Starline. Chance the Rapper, number 2 with Starline. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. This album has been flip-flopping with the number 1 spot for me the entire time. I'm not gonna hold you. I love this album from start to finish. Even the songs that you said, that could have stayed off, like the gun in your purse and you burn the block. I understand why you would say that, but those are definitely some of the weaker songs on the album. But even for me, I like those songs still because of the underlying message.
Yeah, I don't dislike them.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like they're
love the other ones.
Right. The only song I would definitely just say take off for sure is the Tree song.
Because I'm a tree.
But but every other song on the album, bro, it can stay or it can be moved around a little bit. But I love every other song on this album other than the Tree song. Like this album is fantastic rapping, production, like things and concepts. Like I truly could see his maturation and his journey from basically becoming a boy to a man, pretty much, bro. And trying to find real perspective of what home means to him now that his marriage has fell apart. Regardless of whoever was at fault for whatever reason, his family dynamic, his family unit is not the same. And I just really felt for him in that moment because I can understand how I would feel when my whole family dynamic has changed. Like I can't imagine not being with my son every day. I cannot imagine that shit. Like, so to understand that he has multiple children and that he may not be able to spend time with and be with every day because of the separation, and he's working on building his trust with, his ex-spouse and trying to co-parent on a productive level. Like, I don't ever want to have to experience that. So the fact that I can see his journey throughout this album, it means a lot for me personally because I can understand the detriments of what could happen if you stray off of your path and you not stay on your square. You know what I'm saying? But but even outside of the heavier subjects, it's just a fantastic musical album, bro. He rapping his ass off, bro. And Letters for me is my favorite song of the entire year. All the other music I've heard, Letters is the one song for me that stands out above it all. That's my favorite song of the entire year. It gives me everything I need. Great rapping, great storytelling, great emotion, great production. Like it gives me everything I need in one song. And I felt him on a lot of the shit that he was saying when it comes to like dealing with these mega churches and things like that, but also tying it back and bringing it back into yourself. Like, saying well, he's basically talking and trying to revive the black body, the black soul, making you love yourself. In that last verse, like, bro, that shit that's powerful, bro. And then you got songs like No Old Men and what was the other song right before that? No Old Men and
Right.
Well, not Ride. Shit. Hold on. No, that's gonna bother me. Wait. Because I know the song. I hear the song in my head. I just can't remember the name of it. That's gonna bother me. Hold on. Wait. Let me get it together. Hold on. Where is it? The Negro Problem. That's what it was. The Negro Problem. No Old Men. Ride. Star Side Intro. Fire. Back to the Goal. Vic Mensa killed his verse, bro. Vic Mensa went stupid on that song, bro. The Highs and Lows with Joey Badass. Fire song. Space and Time. Link Me in the Future. Letters. Speed of Light. Just a Drop with Jay Electronica. I love that song. And Jay Electronica was snapping. And then to end the album off with Speed of Love with Jasmine Sullivan. Fantastic album, bro. Production, 4.5 out of 5. Lyricism, 4.5. Themes and concepts, 5 out of 5. Musicality, 4.5. Replay value, 4.5. For overall score, a 9.2. out of 10. Fantastic album. It was this close to being my number one. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really was. I love this album. And I'm so glad for y'all. Shout out to the Dakotas for getting me this vinyl. I look at this shit every day, bro. Like, this may go down for me over time. It may turn out to be a classic. I ain't gonna hold you. Even with the Tree song being on there. That's how strongly I feel about this album. So shout out to Chance, but Starline is my number 2 album last year.
My number 2.
I already know what it is. Come on, Gid. Come on.
Wale for Lauren.
Yes, sir.
Wale. Everything is a lot.
Yes, sir. I knew it. Yes, sir.
Bro,
yes,
this
sir.
album is so fucking good.
It is.
It's so fucking good. I think the only thing that was holding this shit back from being number one was like a fucking hit, like a smash record. This is number one of 2025. Because like it has the potency, but like that fucking, but bro, this album is so good. Like Power and Problems, one of my favorite records of last year. No cap. Like I love that song, bro. 90,210. My first album before Cassidy. I love that song, bro. Mirror and a Benz. Oh God, bro. It's so many good songs. Tomorrow, Today. That song should be bigger than it is, bro. That song should be bigger than it is. This is a great album, bro. This is Wale in his pocket for perfecting the space he exists in.
Yeah.
Let me go through this production. Where are you, Wale? 4.6 out of 5. Musicality, up it a little bit more. 4.7 out of 5.
Okay.
Lyricism, 4.5. Themes and concepts, 4.5. When I first heard Blanco for the first time, I was still working at the security spot, and I was like, I don't. In the context of the album and actually seeing what he was doing with it, much better record, bro. And lastly, replay value, 4.6 out of 5, bro. Final rating for Wale, Everything Is a Lot, 9.2 out of 10. This is a great album. It's one of the best in Wale's discography. It may be the best, maybe competing only with the album About Nothing, because it got big ass hits like Matrimony, shit like that. Like I think with like a Matrimony, this shit is competing for number one.
So you don't think the Leon Thomas song? You don't think
that ain't a Matrimony game?
I mean, yeah,
that's okay. Song, though, but it's not.
Okay.
Niggas gonna be playing Matrimony 10 years from now.
Yeah.
At weddings and shit. And crazy enough, that song it's about the complete opposite of marriage.
Yeah. yes.
It's about the complete opposite of marriage, but that song has made it into like the wedding playlist lexicon. So it's like, go to wedding playlist zeitgeist. But yeah, this is a phenomenal album, bro. Definitely top 3, debatably number 1 in his discography. The album About Nothing is incredible. I think that is a fucking classic. Ambition, I think that's a classic. Time will tell on this one. But as a body of work, I think this is a masterpiece from Wale.
That album only got better the more I listened to it. So I think it will definitely eventually be that classic status. Like I feel like that's, if you're looking for any other album, that's the one for sure. Like he's on a run, bro. For Lauren, well, wow, that's crazy. For Lauren too, and now it's like his second 3-peat that he did, bro. So come on, man.
Number 1.
I think we all know what number 1 is. For the both of us. Drum roll, please.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways, driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll, and waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Dance music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you re-ing up with us, then your credit score gotta be FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really willpower when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Have my man shoot your block. I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep fronting for your bitches. Cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in a month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling a maestro. Cause time that heavy can crush. When you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering die slow. The last words you hear in the trunk. You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shoulder turn you inside out.
At number one, Clips. Let God sort them out. This is a fan, bro.
The definition of an instant classic album, without question. Without question.
Perfect description. This is an instant classic. It ain't no time will tell. It ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. None of that shit. You won't even need to deliberate.
Nope.
It's a fucking classic. This is a classic album, bro. Let's see what else we got.
And like I said, I'll only give a chance a real shot because I personally connected with his journey. But the quality of the music, though, the production, 10 out of 10, lyricism, 10 out of 10, musicality, 10 out of 10, or 5 out of 5, whatever you want to say. It's the replay value, 5 out of 5. Like, what are we doing? Like, and then I ain't gonna lie to you, like, going back and watching our reaction, live react to the album, it hit even harder for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. It just, this shit is special, dog. It's fucking special, man. And like, ain't no way this shit was not gonna be number one for me. I'm sorry. It's just not.
It was, I don't even know what anybody could have done. Cause like some of these songs that are just pure rap records are hitting like hit songs. Like FICO feels like a hit record. Mike Tyson Blow to the Face feels like a hit record. You know what I mean? Ibita feels like a lesser version of a hit record. Like to start the album with a Rick Ross in his prime level track with Birds Don't Sing, like you're not expecting that. You feel what I'm saying? Then you get further in the album. The only weak point in the album to me, the song that they didn't have to keep on this whole Inglorious Bastards. That song did not have to be on. Oh shit, hold on.
That's the one that was cutting work on the table though. Skip. Only work getting done that's on the table. That shit too hard. Hold on.
I'm cool on that song.
Huh?
I'm very cool on that song.
Damn.
I'm cool on that song. It should have went from Ibita to what? So Far Ahead?
Yeah.
Let me see. What's the name of the song they got? But yeah, you get rid of Ibita in the FICO into So Far Ahead. You get rid of Inglorious Bastards. It's a perfect album. It's cool, but on the when you compare it to the song before it and the song after, you see why I mean it didn't have to be here. FICO and So Far Ahead and Glorious Bastards don't necessarily fit. But I get it. They wanted to have a song with Ab Lava, so I'm not mad at it. Because I don't dislike it. But this album is perfect up till then. It feel like an intermission. You know what I'm saying? Like you watching the game. It's been tied. Yeah, and somebody get dunked on, and then they go to timeout, and then you can go get you a snack or something. Like somebody broke the backboard.
It's a timeout song.
Them niggas broke the backboard with Psycho. You feel me? Like, it's cool, but like then it's cool, but everything else. And then you still would have got the 13 songs because you got Chandeliers.
Yeah.
And Nas get on the horn, body the record, bro. But like my rating, production, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 for me.
Musicality, 5 out of 5.
Well, I got a 4.5, but still.
Lyricism, 4.6.
I got 5 out of 5.
Themes and concepts, 4.5.
I got
replay value would have been a perfect 5 without Inglourious Basterds. 4.9 out of 5, and I gave this a 9.6 out of 10. I just understand like giving something a straight up 10. Yeah. Like the album has to be perfect. I can't do that. The only album that I think I've ever gave a 10 to is To Pimp a Butterfly. And I wouldn't change a single second of that entire album. Like I wouldn't change anything. Like not a knob on the mix, not a single song out of place, not an ad lib, nothing. That is a 10 out of 10. I cannot have a skip on the 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave the guys I gave it a 9.5. So you gave it 9.6, I gave it a 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, like it was by far the front runner for number one the moment it dropped. Like
the last thing you hear in the trunk.
So I mean, like I said, for me, the only album that was even competing with it in some form was Chance. Even still, the gap between that album and that one is like, this is one of those times where you were saying like, when we were talking about the ratings from the 8 to the 10, or comparison, I gave this a 9.5, Chance was 9.2. That range for me, even though it's not that small,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah. But nah, this is by far like the best album last year. It's not close in terms of everything else outside of what we mentioned. Like, nah.
Yeah, the things that make it the best album of the year is just decisive. I won't even say that it's not close. They're just decisively the best album of the year last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think Daytona, I can't remember what I rated. It was a 9 point something. But yeah, bro, this album is 3 minutes away from being perfect, bro. Like 3 minutes away from being perfect. Like I said, I still will play that song. I don't think it's not a skip for me. I'm still gonna play it. Like I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
But I love like capital all 4 letters with 3 exclamation points every other song. Like people like, I don't know how I feel about Pharrell singing on So Far Ahead. Shut the fuck up.
Like, listen, yeah, we got our issues with him.
When I'm on
but he was sliding on the hoe, right?
I don't want it. Bro, that like him doing that in that tone, in that pitch, in the way it's delivered with the choir coming, and then that fucking beat, bro.
Damn.
They don't know what it is.
Yes, go play it.
The one stay figuring out. I don't want it. So far ahead, you niggas behind. You can't see it the way you said it. Shit. With the magic stitches. So far ahead, you niggas behind.
Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap his chapo. Furthest from the streets, Monica Denise, good bitches fuck with Roccos. Put them in them cars, hanging out with stars, now it's hard to tell they not hoes. Your co-defendant claim immunity.
It was you and he, how you not know?
Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. Understand the art of war, all my niggas draw, so we all Picassos. Me just being me, respect the P&B, I probably never eat at Roscoe's.
Never.
Million ways to live, million ways to die, million stuff in and on told.
Okay, gotta stop it before the check, before the stream get took down. They probably don't even see it because it ain't. It's just the people who wanted to hear about hip hop today. But, bro, this motherfucking album, bro.
Yeah, man.
They
did it. They did it, bro. They capitalized on the expectation and the hype leading up to it, and they delivered on all the hype leading up to this shit. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, yeah, it was cool to reuniting after all these years and things like that, but they could have easily made a dud. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not gonna say easily because their first 3 albums are pretty goddamn amazing. Even to the casket drop, which isn't my favorite, still is a good project overall. It's just the weakest out of the first 3, but it's still good. So yeah, so let me take it back. For them to drop a dud would be kind of crazy, but even still, like, not living up to the expectations like they did could have been like a knock on them. Like, yeah, it was cool, but every amount of any discourse about this album has been undeniable. I have not heard anyone on any platform, any level, any type of rating say that this album is mid or it wasn't as good as we think it is. Everybody
unless they mad at him for killing Drake. That's the only time you.
Yeah. But otherwise, every platform that you could think of gave this album high ratings. So it lets me know that it definitely hit the mark universally in hip hop. So that's the most important thing. So they did that shit. They fucking did it.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the safe mouth. Yeah. Talk about bring all the watches and the chains out. Heat come, I'm De Niro, I got the safe house.
This is culturally appropriate.
Surrounded by niggas with tears they don't drip. That ain't the ghost that you appear to go get. Finally got the courage, but you still a old bitch. The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Every move intentional to link
appropriate.
Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. And that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them, I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it, only thing you killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons, I was them deaf and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is a family, we some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses, my principles high. You need a glimpse of me from satellites in orbit. Take sabbaticals on avenues, break AKs on vacays when we paddle canoes. Follow the leader, Terminator, hasta la vista, man of the year, Nasir, rockin' chandeliers.
Bro, I remember that shit dropped during the reaction. That shit went crazy during the reaction, bro, when that beat came in, bro. What you said, Skip? That's how you bring in a legend. That's how you bring in a legend. That's how you do it.
You gotta give him. Hold on, are we in this? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Shout out to the Reactors Guild. Okay, hold on.
I'm winning either way, gang. Sorry to inform you.
Every move intentional, the links is atypical. Like baseball and DR. You know what the stick will do.
Baseball and DR.
Oh, so we finna come across that part.
You know, they play stickball.
Yeah. Coke spots all over like
it's all over like lepers.
Or whatever.
That shit's so hard.
And for me, yo. Candid about it. I alone rejuvenated this shit. Oh, yes.
Single-handedly.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yes. Let's go.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Nazir.
You gotta welcome the kings into the castle formally and beautifully. Thank you.
That's nasty, dog.
Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place.
And I'm not being candid about it. I alone rejuvenated this shit.
He really is the reason rap
He
is
not
what
lying,
rap
bro.
is right now.
He not
Single
lying.
hand. I mean, like, obviously, if you want to go a step back and want to say Rakim, cool, I give you that. But Nas is definitely, I feel like Nas is what you're supposed to sort of try to being if you're being a rapper.
Made it cool for Grammy nominated.
Like, bro, now that I think about it, yeah, like Nas really set the standard, bro, and rejuvenated the level of, you know, music that you can put out at the elder statesman status. Like, bro, he truly reinvigorated the need and the want of hearing niggas of his ilk rap, bro. Hearing niggas from his time period actually rapping in 2026 that made a need or want to hear that shit. And I think a lot of his elder statesmen responded to the call with great music. LL Cool J, Snoop, Exhibit. Who else dropped a fire ass album?
Mobb Deep, Clips,
Mobb
the
Deep,
whole legend head, whole legend
yeah,
head.
yeah, right. They answered the call, bro, and Nas was leading the charge, bro. That bar is heavy, bro. I single-handedly rejuvenated hip hop into its current place.
Oh, he said newest, and then you think about that.
Yeah.
That's a double entendre. Like, he did it with Illmatic too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, to say that I had two culturally or just art form defining moments 25 years apart is insane. I made Illmatic, and 25 years later, I went on a run so impactful it reopened the door, or it opened the door to start to combat ageism in hip hop.
Yeah.
And then not only me dropping it,
I brought my niggas with me
to drop the music.
Yeah, I brought my niggas with me, bro. After I did my shit, I brought my niggas with me, bro. I opened the door and said, "Hey, y'all, come on in here. It's nice in here. It's air conditioning here. It's nice."
And then dropped another album.
It did, nigga. It's a whole goddamn charcuterie board in here, man. Y'all come eat. It's nice in here, man. Then we got steaks coming. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Nas is who people claim Jay is to hip hop. Nas, I think they just exist on different sides. I think Nas is the culture. Hove is the commerce.
Yeah.
Hove is what hip hop could be. Nas is what hip hop should be.
Gotcha.
You know, we probably don't get to the Super Bowl without Hove.
Yeah.
But we probably don't sustain ourselves as an art form without Nas and Illmatic. He completely remapped the collective brain for how to make rap verses genre wide at 18.
18, dog.
Nigga,
I was on bullshit at 18. Nigga, ain't no shit.
and this nigga was rewriting the program code. Like, he literally hacked into the system and rewrote it. He is Neo.
Damn.
This nigga hacked into the hip hop database and rewrote the code from scratch.
Damn.
The only thing he had was the Rakim firewall, but everything else was from scratch.
Hey, send me that video. I ain't know we was in, because I seen a lot of the reaction stuff, but I never seen that one. So yeah, send that to me. I want to see it.
Hold on. The Cavs are so trash. They deserve to get swept after how they fumbled game one. I cut the game on. They was up 18 points. I was like, bro, they finna. Okay, that's what's up. They finna get them one. Man, that nigga put James Harden slow. I want to give up ass in that blunder and just start scoring on him back two back. Like he scored like 13 straight points on James Harden. I was like, it's over.
Man, I'm telling you, that nigga James Harden is allergic to fucking winning, bro. And I'm starting to put Donovan Mitchell in that same category as James Harden. They low key the same type of player. They are the same player. They always disappear when it matters the most.
Somehow always the same team.
They're on the same team.
You got two playoff underperformers at guard at the same time.
And they getting paid the big bucks. That's the crazy thing about it. To be regular season warriors, to get to the playoffs and disappear, bro.
Like, Josh Hart had 26 points. Crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The Knicks, whoever the Knicks play, the Knicks are losing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They lose to the Spurs or the Thunder. They're not beating them. But the fact that they made it to the finals.
If Wemby wins in his third season.
So he the new face of the league then?
Nah, Shea just won his second back-to-back MVP.
Oh, he won MVP again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. I didn't know he won again.
But if I ain't gonna lie, if Wemby does win and he beats Shea on the way, they're probably going to try to position him as the face of the NBA. But the thing about being the face, it's not about being the best. It's who they can market the most. So that's why Jokic never became the face. He was legit the best player in the league for like 5 straight years. But it's all about marketing. They want Shea to be the face because they can market him way easier than they can market Wemby.
Yeah.
They already know.
I mean, Shea is good. Don't get me wrong, bro. But I don't know. I'm not a fan though.
I hate all that weak ass shit. Like you shouldn't be able to fully extend. Like he be like stiff arming niggas. Yeah. And then if you touch him, he go to the free throw line. I don't like that, unbalanced play. That's why I don't like the Celtics. They could beat you up on defense, but you can't touch them when they got the ball. I don't like that weak ass shit. I didn't come up with that.
And a lot of them niggas, they play dirty. That nigga Lou Dort
landing on their ankles, running into their knees. Like, bro, I don't like that shit. That's that Marcus Smart shit. I don't like it, bro.
Yeah, they play, all of them play like that. Shea play like that, Lou Dort, the Jalen dude, like all Chet. That nigga so goddamn dirty, low. He be doing fucked up shit. Like all them niggas play dirty, dog.
That's why LeBron broke him. He broke his body. LeBron broke that nigga body.
Damn, bro. Damn, yeah. The Cavs, they deserve to get fucking swept, man. I don't give a shit about the niggas, bro. Like, I don't give a shit about James Harden, and then now get to a point where I don't care about Donovan Mitchell.
I forgot I had this. The album was so fire, I made a background for it.
Yeah.
I completely forgot I had this. I was just fooling around. I forgot I had it.
It deserves it. It was number one on both our lists, man. It deserves it. So there you go. That's the crowd.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. But yeah, man. That's our top 25. Let me go through the super chats, make sure I got all of it. Well, we didn't do any of these. Shout out to D2B2, the Big Dog 50. He said, hey, y'all, here in spirit. Shout out to Skip, DJ the Mods, and the Dakotas. Much appreciated for the Big Dog. Shout out to D2B2 again for the $2. Gold counter not working, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We know we hit. Shout out to B2B2, give you 20. We got the Cypher memberships. We talked about that earlier. Shout out to T-Mac with the $2 via Super Chat and sent something via Cash App. Top 25, Hip Hop Lives here. Shout out to Raphael. Hello, Skip, DJ Mods, Dakotas, Hip Hop Lives here. Thank you. Shout out to Jane. At the stew, so I catch the replay, but I wanted to show love to the guys.
To the guys.
Guys, Cody. I can't wait to talk about him Saturday. I cannot wait. Shout out to Diva K. Fave and Mick Jenkins is still war and wars. You mean wars and rumors of wars? I'm not mad at that. but you do need to get deep into his catalog. It's insane over there. Shout out to Stephen Mallory with another big dog super chat. One time for the Dakotas in the chat, I know Casino is on the list for best albums in 2026. Salute Skip and DJ blessings. Yeah, because it came out in February. So that'll, if we were to do something, which we're not, but
I mean, I look he's still planning to like talk about albums, maybe like in separate posts and things like that. But yeah, I don't see us doing like a whole like we just did with this. Like, going through 150, almost 200 albums. Like I don't ever see us doing this again. Personally, it's too much.
One thought I did have is like, what album came out this week? Like we can use that as the like part of the beginning of the stream. We don't have to listen to it and do no review of numbers. Like, okay, these are the albums that came out this week. Did you get to it? Yes, no, maybe so. If there's something, but like not like I don't want to do this again.
Like the only way that
time consuming. Like if we didn't have jobs, it'd be different.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like if the only way the Road to 100 could have truly worked in the capacity that it should have, in terms of having the album, the list out by the end of the year or the earliest January of the next year, would be for us to be able to have to do this shit full time, and we have no other jobs. That's the only way that this shit could have worked. Otherwise, with the way that you work and the way that I work, that shit is just not possible to stay on top of that shit every single week. Shit drop. Yeah.
Because we would really have to do an episode every week and just do like 2 or 3 albums a week.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to get back to like this, like actually deconstructing albums. I don't want to, like, this is cool, but it's too much. Shout out to T Mac, Towards the Goal, great list. Hip Hop Lives Here. Thank you so much. Simply J, $5 for the goal. I had clips in my number one as well. And last one of the night. So far, who's y'all album of the year in 2026? Even though it's still early, I think Doechii gonna have a lot to say if she drops. She said she's almost done. So I think if she drops, it'll be late third quarter. Because they gotta let Isaiah Rashad do his thing. And Eastside Johnny's supposed to be dropping. So we'll see about that. Because I think bare minimum she's doing 50 to 75,000. I see her like being in that, possibly in that Baby King, anywhere between high 50s or high 50 to Baby King. I think 200,000, like Jason, formerly known as Jalopy, was saying, is kind of crazy. But I definitely could see her doing 75,000 first week. But favorite album of the year 2026 so far, Isaiah Rashad.
I don't have one. I haven't listened to enough albums this year too, because I'm still listening to stuff from last year. So I can't really say what my album will be.
I got the best album this year.
Okay.
Shout out to Stephen Miller.
Hold on, real quick. I will say though, I'm mad at y'all. Y'all didn't tell me how far that Kenny Mason album was, and if y'all did, y'all got to remind me more often.
I've been telling you about Kenny Mason since 2023.
I know, but I'm saying the album that he just dropped.
Nigga, when I tell you about everybody that I told you about, they don't slip.
Bro, that Kenny Mason album is fucking fire, dog.
They don't slip. That
nigga.
Yeah,
if I had to choose, I'm just gonna pick Kenny Mason right now for my album of the year so far. That shit is fire, dog. He is rapping his ass off. There's great songs on there. Like, it's tough, man. I really, really like that album. I like it a lot. Kenny Mason. Bulldog. That's the name of it. So yeah, I fucked with Kenny Mason.
Let's see. Stephen Mallory doubling back with the 20. Support. Appreciate your support. He said y'all could do a top 5 of your favorites. Keep it light. This was a W stream. Thank you. I mean, yeah, that's possible. But yeah, and with the favorites, that takes the onus off of having to be so diligent. It's just like, what's the favorite 5 of the year? Because that's what Dead End Hip Hop do.
Yeah.
It more so be their favorite albums of the year.
Yeah.
And that way they can lean into their preferences without coming across as biased. So yeah, because they really like super duper like underground heavy. So I think they had Gollywog as they top album last year. And I'm sitting there like, get the fuck out of here. But I respect it because they're super, super underground focused. But yeah, that's a good idea though. That's a good idea. Shout out to the members. I'm gonna give y'all like a week. I'm gonna announce the restructuring since we're finished with the Road to 100. We are going to restructure the paid member section. I think we'll keep the $2 and then it'll go up to $7, and then there may or may not be a 14 on YouTube. It may just be the 2 and the 7, and everything that happens on the 14 will just stay on Patreon. Because that'll be like merch discounts. If me and my wife do the music, brought us together, that show will be the $14 only and stuff like that. So well, I'll keep y'all up to date, but like access to everything as normally constructed will be the $7 membership. So that'll get you the damn series, early access to all of the drops, and any other just exclusive content. So like if we do the battle rap stuff, that'll be available. Classic album reactions, some album reviews that won't be as generous, that the algorithm won't be as generous to. Just stuff that we want to do that's like outside of what is quote unquote easiest to do on YouTube. Just bridging the gap from who we are now to who we were before, and just finding a way like that creates a happy medium. But yeah, I'll let y'all know when I establish the new tiers because I gotta find out how to do it on YouTube. But yeah, and also there is a possibility of more Skip and T reactions on the channel. I just don't know how that's gonna go as far as that being a thing, because she's gonna have to make that decision, but it is possible. So depending on the response from tomorrow and how that goes, that could probably contribute to her decision. But with those reactions, it won't be hip hop per se. It'll be extended more to like opening up to like just the adjacent like hip hop pop shit. So you might see a Beyonce reaction, or see us react to Anti, or stuff like that. So based on the love that y'all showed in the member side, also that's the highest viewed video on the member side, period.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the highest viewed members only video like ever.
Gotcha.
So y'all definitely showed up and showed love on that video, so we greatly appreciate that. So I'm excited to see what it looks like tomorrow as far as the turnout. And last thing before we go, episode 4 of the Cypher is Saturday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. The roster is myself, DJ, Starsky, BK, and Charles Brown.
Oh, so he did confirm. Okay, gotcha.
So once again, myself, DJ, BK, Starsky, and Charles Brown. Shout out to Charles Brown. He went through a lot in the past 2 weeks. So him getting his channel back after losing his channel, us getting in contact and getting acquainted. He's going to be here tomorrow. He's going to be here Saturday. And I'm just being honest, gang. I think this is going to be a fantastic live stream. I listened to the Drake today. I am going to kick. I don't even know if I'm gonna kick his back in.
I'm gonna listen to the whole thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it again tomorrow.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
So I can finish my notes. But yeah, bro.
Are you even worried about listening to the other two?
Fuck no. Respectfully. Fuck no. Not a chance. I'm not. I think this is a perfect closure also. And I think that's another reason why I kind of like allow myself to listen to it. It's just a perfect bookend. You feel what I'm saying? Like the fall off. I don't need to hear anything else from J. Cole. Like anything going forward. I don't need to hear anything else. Yeah, and after hearing Iceman, I don't need anything. I didn't need anything from him before, but I needed the door to close. Like I just needed closure.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But boy.
Did he give you that?
No, I got it.
No, I'm saying like he slammed the fuck out that door.
I slammed it. He's still on the other side of the door ringing the doorbell.
Oh, like, okay.
But yeah. Nah, I'm straight on ops, bro. I'm straight on cuz. But I'm gonna tell you why Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it in its entirety tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get at least 2 full listens on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my notes ready. Cause like you said about J. Cole, I have not gone into the fall off not a single time.
There's other than that playlist I had, nope. And now I still, even after it's like I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm straight. Like I have no desire to want to hear Cole out. Like I'm good on that nigga, bro. So if this is gonna be the same thing with Drake, it's just been a long time coming.
Oh, it's worse.
Because
it's worse.
With each project he's gotten, like my level of trust in him musically has gotten worse and worse with every fucking project, bro. So just like for all the dogs, if it's worse than that,
it's this is Drake's. Let me look this word up because I feel like I want to say it, but I don't know the proper definition. So let me look this word up. I heard somebody say it and it just sounds like a good word. Vapid. This is his most vapid project.
Yeah,
let me read the definition. Vapid and is an adjective meaning dull, uninspiring, or lacking flavor, spirit, and intelligence. It is typically used to describe lifeless conversation, shallow art, or a boring, uneventful setting.
Damn.
Vapid. The perfect way to explain that album in one word is vapid.
Damn. Okay.
I will explain all the ways, including his unintentionally ironic political play with DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Yep. But hey, y'all, I gotta eat so I can go. So I can go to bed so I can get to work in the morning. But thank y'all for tuning into Road to 100, the finale.
Yeah, man.
I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And until next time. Well, until Saturday. Well, no.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow. Hey, everybody who already saw the Mr. Morale, I don't give a fuck. Pull up tomorrow and watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up tomorrow and watch it again. Pull up tomorrow and watch it again. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 7 Eastern. I think 4 Pacific. All that. Peace and love. Until tomorrow, we out of here, y'all. Peace.